Hello and welcome, weary travelers, to another thrilling episode of Arcanarama. I am Cameron Holt, artist and YouTuber over at youtube.com/fablefire and Dungeon Master here at Arcanarama. I'm joined as always by the undaunted Arcana crew. Steel yourselves, Arcana crew.
Oh God.
Tonight,
Oh jeez.
we're hunting monsters.
Not this baby fat.
Need four to win. No one come out. Before we begin the hunt, we've got some announcements to get through. First and foremost, there will be no stream next week as Sam's and my families will be gathering to celebrate the joining of our houses.
A union.
Which is a fancy way of saying we're having a dinner because we got married. So
Become fans.
We're excited for every guest.
yeah, so it won't be there won't be a stream next week. However, we'll be back the week after on the 12th?
Yes. Wait.
13th.
13th.
13th. 7th.
There it is.
6th.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Next week's the 6th and 7th.
Hell yeah. Math. Who needs it?
We all got it.
August
So-
13th.
Also, to reiterate our announcement from last week, shortly following, this is actually a new announcement again. We will also be off on the 20th of August for personal reasons. What's up?
We're doing an art stream.
Oh, right, yeah. Sam and I will be doing a extra special art stream where we're going to draw a lot of the NPCs that we haven't depicted up until now. So if you haven't caught one of our art streams in the past, check it out. We're pretty okay. She's very good. I pass.
I'm gonna throw something at you. Stop. He's great.
I'm fine at people. I'm very good at monsters.
You know, if this flattens out and can become a projectile.
It's going to be a great time.
She
so-
hits me with it all the time.
He's an amazing artist and you should come watch it. He sometimes takes requests. I'm gonna be in the chat.
Oh yeah, we'll be taking requests.
I'm going to
for sure.
draw men's tits.
So we will be we'll be off next week, and then we're back on the 13th, and then we're off on the 20th with an art stream, and then we're going to be off for the first 3 weeks of September, and we'll be back at the end of September with a special random encounter before returning to our regularly scheduled campaign here on October 1st. So, with all that out of the way, I'm going to toss it over to Taylor, and he's going to tell you some words from our sponsors. Take it away, Tay.
Our sponsors say you can... I'm just going to do the normal thing. Our sponsors are as follows. thegildedrogue.com. It's a website. You can buy hard goods and soft goods to put on your body and to put away from your body that all relate to D&D. It's all very nice stuff. It's a good friend of ours who sells cutesy D&D things, and you'll love them. And if you buy something, you get a tree gets planted somewhere in the world that helps out the area around it, either medicinally or with its whatever trees do.
Oxygen.
Oxygen, that's a good one. Never thought about it like that. So just go to thegildedrogue.com in our About section and buy a forest of merch. Thank you, guys. And our other sponsor is our local comic book shop and wonderful, wonderful place run by wonderful, wonderful people. It's More Fun Comics and Games here in Denton, Texas. They also have more fun toys and other stuff, and they also have a game center down the street where you can just go play D&D or Magic. They have tournaments and stuff. It's incredible. They supply us with these, which is one of our giveaways this evening if you're a follower and not from a very specific French part of Canada.
Which part?
Quebec.
Thank you.
Quebecois. So you can win this if you do what Cameron says later. It's a box full of things that we don't know.
It's
but
mystery.
there's 4 minis that are pre-painted from the Wild Beyond the Witchlight set, and you can win it if you try hard enough.
You just have to want it.
Yeah, it's not even that hard. All you have to do is type a word.
Type in a word and you could win 4 miniatures from WizKids.
Yeah.
It's rad.
And I'll tell you what that word is when we go to our break today.
Get in the About section and click all the stuff. I spent hours on those fucking buttons. So do it.
Are they
Now
clickable?
look behind the curtain.
Just
Wonderful.
just middle click all of them and then close all those tabs. Just give us the clicks.
Also, you can just type random words throughout the stream to try and guess it, and see if you get entered and reveal the word to others. So
Who knows what
Gianna,
the word is? Type in any word.
It's always relatively thematic. Thank you, Taylor. I'm going to throw it now over to Kitty, who's going to tell us a little bit about our own merchandise.
Oh, we have merchandise.
Oh!
What?
Suggestions.
Oh, okay. You want me to ask for that?
Well, I was just trying to whisper it to you.
Okay.
It's like it's
We have merchandise. We are being hosted for our merch by the Gilded Rogue. They're great. They're wonderful. They gave us our very own tab on their website, so you can go to the links in our About section, or just go straight to thegildedrogue.com and find a little tab for Arcanarama, and it's got all of we've got like zip-up hoodies, we've got a couple different styles of tank top, we've got mouse pads. Right, is the word mouse pads.
mouse pads.
And a lot of other things, and they're all great. And they have our spindle dice on them,
The mouse tampons.
mouse tampons,
Mouse diapers.
mouse
Mouse-
panty liners.
Mouse pads.
They're all sized for mice.
For mice.
Of course.
Yeah, anything that your pet mouse needs.
Don't forget your assless
Or your
mouse
Stuart
chat.
Litter's little son.
Because I really just feel like the panty
Mouseless
liners
chaps right
are
now.
like
The
Look
a
at
spindle
it.
dice down the
it's
side.
just a pad.
Be your
Yeah,
own
but
runaway
less
Ralph.
helpful.
Anyway, there's all kinds of shit on there, but not every kind of shit on there. If you have a thing that you want for us to have our stuff on for you to buy, fucking let us know, dude. Hop in the chat or hop in the Discord that Sam will tell you about in a moment, and you can just tell us, like, I really want to have some socks that go up too high and say Arcanarama on them, and we'll figure it
I
out.
want socks that are pants.
Tracksuits. Shoes that kind of look like Converse, but are clearly not. But not in the realm of like, what are those? But definitely not Converse. What are those?
Yeah, we should make a Discord channel for like, viewer merch ideas.
Yeah.
But then you gotta buy it, though.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, put it up
Make
there.
it.
I promise. We'll know.
We're not going to look like idiots with a bunch of tracksuits on.
Speaking of Discord, Sam, where can they find us on social media?
If you go to our About section, there's a link to our Discord. We talk about everything. We might talk about merch someday. We talk about what's going on. We talk about when we're canceling the show. We talk about when we're doing extra shows. We talk about when we're doing art streams. We talk about anime. We talk about cooking. We talk about gardening. We talk about home improvement. We talk about pets.
Slid it in there. Like,
I think she means like when we take weeks off. Not
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Talk about rodent menstrual cycles.
We talk about our own.
trackers for your mice.
On Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, we are at Arcanarama Show. And on TikTok, we are at Arcanarama. We post clips about past shows. We post the previously ons if you don't want to wait until we get to the live show. If you just need to remember what happened on a random Wednesday.
What if you're trying to explain to someone else what happened?
What if you're trying to explain? And the only way you can do it is through flashbacks.
Yeah, if you keep finding
You can do
yourself
that.
talking about this show or not having anyone to talk to this show about in your real life, but you're thinking about it all the time like I am, then you can go to our social media at Arcanarama Show on Twitter or at Arcanarama on TikTok, probably TikTok, and you can find clips from the show and prove to people that it's a great time.
Yeah.
Indoctrinate your friends.
Prove to someone else that we said rodent menstrual cycle.
Yeah. If you
Relive
want to
the
know
wonder of
what
the dry
brand of rodent pads we buy our rodents during their menstrual cycles, you'll have to join the Discord.
Desk card.
You'll have to join the Discord.
Already become rabbit.
I'm already rabbit. Join the Discord.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sam.
Anytime.
Mostly Saturdays.
As we do every Saturday, we have 2 giveaways this evening.
What?
The first of which, obviously, the pre-painted miniatures that are a mystery box from our wonderful sponsor over at More Fun Comics and Games. And the second is this beautiful set of Fablefire dice. This is the Blister set. Sister dice to the Infernal Legacy set.
Nope.
That
There's
came out.
the Infernal Legacy set. Those are great. And then there's the Blister unrelated set.
They're the same.
So enter for your chance to win. I'll tell you how to enter after the break, and we will announce the winner sometime near the end of the stream. So stay tuned to find out if you win.
Or maybe right now. Who knows? But probably.
That's our second giveaway of the evening. Now I'm going to toss it over to Miranda because it's time for a vibe check.
Vibe checks. Vibe
Hey,
checks.
what's up? How's your week been? Well, Leo babies, happy birthday.
Thank you.
How's your week been? You know, how's it going? You know, how are your vibes?
Answer her.
God damn it, I can't hear you.
Don't just sit there.
Anyhow,
Tell us in
hey,
the chat.
Did you know if you do like an exclamation point vibe check, you can roll your own vibe check in the chat and then tell us also in the chat, and we'll read it sometimes. Oh man, fuck yeah, no.
Arcanarama got a 17.
Oh,
that's cool.
Okay,
But
good.
Bowl.
No
Yeah.
bites.
See if it works out like it did last time, where it's like almost exactly the average of all of our rolls.
I don't think so.
That's fair. Okay, all right.
What'd you get?
I got a 4.
I was chatting. I can't do things and talk.
I got a 12.
I got a 6.
14.
My brain doesn't
I don't
work.
think it's going to be the average this
hard.
time, my friends.
Okay,
What's that?
A 2?
an 8
Oh, it's better than mine.
Better than 2.
Yeah.
is not too.
That's the optimism we should bring to our everyday life. What are your vibes? An 8? Better than a 2.
I ain't dead yet. Living the dream.
You know, 9 times out of 10, I actually do get up, and I'm like, I mean, it could be worse.
This is like a Karen yelling at somebody at a restaurant, like, these aren't my tacos. I'm like, better than a 2?
It could be trash from the ground.
Also, one more big reminder. Whenever we hit 200 followers here on Twitch, we're going to be doing a very, very special art stream where it's still like in the planning stages. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to all get together, all of us being artists, and we're going to go through the monster manual, monster by monster, and make them thirst traps. We're going to make some sexy mimics. We're going to make some sexy mind flayers. We're going to make a sexy Modron. That is my ultimate goal.
Oh my god, I call the mimic, right?
As the one most killed
I really
by
want
mind
gelatinous
flayers,
cube.
I want that one.
Okay, that's fair.
Actually,
Because
I think that I
If
should
we're all
get
okay,
some
we can all
drawings
call
in a
one
banana.
monster. I'm gonna call dibs on Modrons right now.
Gelatinous cube.
But we can all do a mimic, right? Because
I don't
it's
know all the
everything.
Yeah, that's true.
monsters.
But you could actually make it a thirst trap. It could be a
Anything
cup
fun.
mimic.
What's something that we fought that you feel
You're
has
like,
big
that's
A cup
tits?
of tits. So go ahead and give us a follow.
This cup.
You also must be a follower to be eligible to enter and win our giveaways, as long as you're not from Quebec because of gambling laws and things like that. Even though it's not really gambling.
Could you maybe get addicted to it? I mean, the thrill.
Let
of
us
the
know in the
chase?
chat if you're addicted to our giveaways. I think I just blinked with both eyes. So give us a follow so that you're eligible to win and to help us reach that milestone so we can draw some sexy monsters. We can't say too much for now, but probably for charity. That'll be fun. I mean, definitely for charity. But
Yeah, but we don't know which one.
We don't
exactly.
I mean, in the absolute worst case scenario, we're sort of a charity ourselves.
I'm going to go ahead and say that's not the case.
But if nobody wants to work with us,
Like 2 minutes ago, I said, "Look at the tits on this cup." I don't think anyone
what?
should be giving us money.
Yeah, you should. We'll put tits on
Unless you
cups.
want to, you know?
Yeah, unless that's your thing. All right.
Titty cup.
With that,
Titty cut?
it's time to venture into the marshes and hunt some tentacles in tonight's episode of Arcanarama.
Did that sound weird to anyone else?
Yeah.
Let's hunt some tentacles.
Previously on Arcanarama. Arriving in Mossendale, the Mistwalkers made their way to the Nimbus, a local casino, to ask for directions and do sportive gambling. After some wins, some losses, and a number of fancy drinks, the party headed to the dry bean for food and rest. Even Aurora, in a new vampiric state, found something to eat. The owner of the establishment, a sandstone Genossi named Strand, gave the group a mini history lesson about the primordial gods and pointed them in the direction of some local shops. At the Needy Shoal, the party purchased some general goods from a red-faced and chipper Hefling, then headed to Kettle and Quill, the local magic shop run by a Harshan enchanter named Theron Kettle. That's me. The party purchased and commissioned a number of magic items, and learned that Mossendale had recently been attacked by Silver State militia. After spending a hefty weight of coin, they opted to check out the local job postings to earn some extra money before continuing to Altenin. The Mistwalkers took 2 postings, one that offered 50 gold per silver stake mask delivered, and another seeking hunters to kill and skin a swampy aberration known as an Otiug. They met with the poster of the letter, a retired adventurer named Herschel Green, and decided to take the job. Will the battle with the swamp creature prove too much for the party to handle? What other dangers lie in wait within the marshlands of Mystanor? Find out right now on Arcanarama.
Cameron,
And welcome back. We begin just where we left off. As the Mistwalkers begin their trek into the wild marshes to hunt and skin an Otiug. Is there anything that you guys would like to do in town before you head out? Maybe quick drop by the Dry Bean for anything?
I hate y'all.
Come on, man.
I don't think so. I feel like we're ready to go do the thing. Wait, was there another thing that we forgot to grab at one of those shops?
So you you invented layaway at Kettle and Quill for a 7,000 gold potion of fire giant strength that you're hoping this Otiug hunt will fund.
Okay.
That's right.
because it pays out precisely.
Exactly
Invented
7,000,
layaway.
which was
I wish we
unintentional on my part.
I wish we could invent Rent-A-Center. Just pay it off as we use
Hey,
it.
you can always start a business when you've got the funds.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Well,
Is that the one we should start? Anyway.
All right.
We wanted to get a boat.
oh yeah, we wanted something to easier, like make swamp traversal a bit easier, right?
But probably that'd be closer to the swamp. right.
Could we invent a fan boat? So that's something we
what?
should do.
We can only invent layaway.
I mean, the guy probably has a boat, right?
I'm gonna go into character now. I think we're
Oh
just
yeah. Okay.
I think we're getting into it now. Okay. So where are we? I think that'll help.
We're in the woods.
You've just exited the small cottage of Herschel Green.
Is there a boat anywhere around the cottage?
No, you're still within the city limits, which is, while damp and marshy, there aren't like bodies of water within Mossendale.
So he didn't park it
Correct.
at his house. Alright.
I mean, how deep do you think it's gonna be?
Deeper than we are tall. Probably, right? Also, we don't necessarily want to be like stuck in some mud and then a thing just goes
Not very fast.
because we were stuck in mud.
When I'm stuck in something, I'm not very quick. We could try to stick to the trees when we get
Oh, I can
close
run
enough.
on water. Can you?
I mean, no,
What?
not yet.
Oh.
What do you?
Well, then I guess we only need a boat for you three.
I've never been asked, honestly.
Have you ever tried?
No.
Maybe now's a good time. No, we'll try when we're not hunting a monster that lives in the muck.
It'd be embarrassing, you know. Watch this, and then I run into a monster's mouth.
Perhaps his boat is out there already.
Oh, that would be very convenient. But if not, I'm sure there are boats around. Probably lots of people fish in this area.
Possibly.
Anyway, we'll figure that out when we get there.
We'll find something.
We will find whatever we need to find, and worst case scenario, we'll like cut down a tree and make a boat out of a tree.
Easy.
For free!
Just take a couple of days, and carve a tree.
No, there's 4 of us, we're all very fast. I'm sure between you and I, we could just karate chop a tree down with our
You keep
hands.
saying this. Is that a K word or a C word?
This is the first time I've ever said that word.
Karate? I think you've said it before. Maybe you're referring to singing to songs that aren't
I'm
yours.
so sorry. Actually, I've figured out what it is. It's a carrot chop because my name is Rabbit.
I get
So
it.
I've branded myself.
We should get moving.
We should go.
Should you sleep? Do you sleep? You don't.
Not really.
Okay.
Sort of just stare into the darkness, and then I feel like I've rested.
So no boat, right? I say when we get a bit closer, we see what the tree situation
We
is
hope
like.
that there is a boat closer.
Right, yeah.
Well, that we can be sort of on a shore. And not have
Maybe
to
draw
get
it.
into the water at all.
Onto land would be ideal.
Quite literally a level playing field. Okay, well, that sounds good.
All right. And we take off into the woods.
All right. You approach the city gates, which are opened for your exit and are closed behind you. And you make your way outside of Mossendell. What is the exact plan again?
We're going to head towards roundabouts where they said it happened, and then kind of scan the area for better fights, for better fight footing,
Okay.
Try to lure it out
or that.
and kill it.
All
I
right.
think, without saying, we all said we don't know what's going to happen. We're just gonna, we're all just gonna get close.
Wait.
Wonderful. So,
Okay, so everybody said that this thing likes really gross stuff, right?
Right, yeah.
Does anybody have... Alright, I now have 2 things that could help us lure it out. Right? Onto land, perhaps.
An ear.
I have an ear, and as of right now, I have a jar full of piss.
Forgot about the jar of piss.
But
If you
come
leave
from
it in
again?
there, if you leave it in there for
It's
too
the
long,
alchemy jug.
oh right,
I
yeah.
can't change it from piss.
I mean, you
until
can
tomorrow.
dump it.
Yeah.
Exactly, but it could help us lure the thing.
Gotcha. So you didn't.
Why
dump it.
throw away
Good to know.
piss?
I'm
to
just
know.
thinking about it right
so
now.
I guess
Gonna
I guess
Winnie
the
the
jug
Pooh
does
this.
have a lid, so that
It has
yeah.
a lid.
oh good. I guess I can grab some refuse from town or something that we.
Does anybody have to go?
I mean, I can grab trash that already exists.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Should I? Should I go back into town and look for trash?
We could probably fill a bag with trash. No,
I have a pig head.
we have a pig head.
We have a pig's head.
We have a pig's head and a bunch of piss.
Listen.
And
There's our next shirt.
This isn't writing anything. This refuses to write
won't be
a pig's
silent.
head and piss to be worn on a human's body.
I'll make a note of that.
I'll go back into town and grab a barrel of trash.
Do you want
from
help?
The pub. I think I can.
Do you
carry
feel
it out.
confident?
I think I'm good. If you guys
Okay.
want to
Oh, real
think
quick.
of more things that aren't piss and pigs, and I'm gonna go back into town. Maybe bother the bartender to see if there's like a barrel of trash back there.
Do you think that it likes to be around trash, or it's just around piles of bones from the things that it has killed?
no, I think he said like
He likes trash.
garbage and
Like,
grossness.
he smells like death. Is I think what he said.
Okay.
I imagine I'm back in the city wall.
But we have
Yeah.
lots of stinky things, is what we're getting at. So
Sorry,
it would
I
be.
forgot some trash. If you want
The only thing that I just heard of
the
is that
tree.
he likes trash.
What?
How far he is.
Step aside, and the trees
I just
recede.
thought I remembered
so that you may enter?
he's found within refuse because of his own making. But I could be wrong.
Where are you headed, Silas?
I'm gonna go to the dry bean
All right.
and ask for trash.
Yeah, you approach.
Right.
It's a little bit busier now. There's several tables of people enjoying meals and salted edamame. You see Strand bringing various plates around to people before going back behind her counter.
Looks good, Strand. I was wondering if you had any refuse, or like a barrel of refuse, or anything of that nature that we could.
There is dumpster in back, outside.
Is it something I could carry?
You want to take whole
I
dumpster?
want to take a substantial amount of trash from you, if that's okay.
I mean, I already gave you a large sack full of salt that maybe probably has pig in it.
It has a pig in it, yeah. I know this isn't the weirdest thing we've asked
I
for.
don't have any containers, but if you would like to root through my trash in the back, you're more than welcome.
You know anyone who?
It is mostly bones.
Yeah, it's just mostly bones.
Cans have can liners in this world?
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's gross here.
No plastics.
Yeah.
We should invent plastic.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, should leave it out. You can make a whole island of it.
Plastic never happens here.
No matter how far into the future we jump.
We have magic. We don't need plastic.
like they all fell. Just got too heavy.
So, we still have our room, yes?
Yes. I believe you paid for
We paid for, I think we paid for one evening, but I think the idea...
One of your friends gave me many platinum, so you're probably fine.
Okay. And then I'm just gonna kind of slide away.
Okay, she watches you as you go upstairs to your room, I presume?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab the blanket off of the bed.
No.
Okay, you do so.
Um,
Are you trying to be stealthy about exiting the premises?
Absolutely not. What am I gonna do? Put it around? That actually sounded like a good idea. No.
She's-
You have a.
She sees you come
I
down,
don't.
like, holding the blanket. You probably, like, make eye contact and, like, smile and wave. And she just kind of, like, looks at you curiously as you exit, but doesn't say anything.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna lay that blanket out and I'm going to fill it with bones.
Yeah, absolutely. Just, like, banana peels, shells of various, like, sea creatures and nuts of different kinds. A lot of bones from the slow-cooked meats. Yeah, you get a full blanket worth.
Yeah, nothing too wet because I know I gotta carry this thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. It is the dry bean, after all.
Yeah, it's all, yeah, incredibly dry.
So dry. So I'm going to bundle that back and I'm going to carry it out of the city.
Yeah. Probably 15, 20 minutes pass. Silas returns with a familiar-looking blanket over his shoulder that appears to be full based off of the smell.
Yeah, that's
Have to
good and
use the
smelly.
blanket.
Yes. It was a I think they said dumpster. It was, I couldn't have, it wasn't my property.
But neither is the blanket.
Yeah, but that's, I can pay for that. I don't know how much a dumpster costs.
Well, you could have also gone to the general goods and purchased a bag.
Yeah, but that's smaller than this. Look how much trash I got.
Okay.
That is a lot of trash.
I really kind of hate to be that person. Do you have bag of money right now? Like, do you have money?
I have a bit of money.
I think didn't
Cholula
you
gave
give
me
him some
some.
money?
I have,
I didn't.
I have an allowance
He has an allowance.
because I stole a fish and now I'm in trouble.
It's very strange to get an allowance as a punishment.
I think it was preventative. We're walking, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's soaking into my back a bit. Not
Oh.
all of the trash is dry.
All right,
Oh.
so if I could have someone make a survival check, whoever's leading the trek.
I'm not.
believe in
leaving.
you.
I don't think that would be very kind to my compatriots if I crop dusted them for 3 miles.
That is a dirty 20.
20, nice, not bad. Could I have you roll a d4? This is to determine, do a little bit of timey-wimey stuff here. This is to determine how many days you search the marshes looking for evidence of a creature.
Good thing we have a whole pig. 3.
3? All right. Throughout those 3 days, could I have someone else roll a d4?
I do.
I want it.
2.
2. The first day of travel is pretty wet. The marsh is, while solid in places, there are large swaths that are fully underwater and areas that also quickly begin to sink as you step through. It's very much trudging through a difficult terrain. You search through the first day, you don't find any piles of bones, you don't come across any particularly death-like stenches, as opposed to, just the regular bog gases that kind of sulfur up the area around you.
Bog gas.
The second day, as you're searching, you go a little bit further out from town than you did the last time, and you hear some mirthful voices as the sun is beginning to set, and you notice that a fire has been set up maybe 200, 250 feet away.
Does it sound real or illusory? Or
Make an insight check.
Spooky?
Either insight or perception. Let me know what you choose.
Much as I'd like to go over and introduce ourselves, I don't know if I could explain this.
It could be the steak.
And on day 2, that bag of trash is...
Yeah.
Those comforters do not keep the smell in. That's for
I'm
sure.
gonna go 25 insight.
25 insight. It doesn't sound illusory. It appears to be physical sounds, but you hear a number of voices, maybe 3 or 4 voices, and also like a occasional cacophonies of different sounds. Like you hear what sounds like wind chimes briefly, the like various calls of animals that wouldn't exist within a swamp. Like you hear a definite like dog barking sound. It's very strange.
I'm gonna turn to everybody and just kind of like put my finger up over my mouth and like gesture for us to all kind of duck down. There's people laughing, but there's also something else. I think we should just pass cautiously and make sure it's not something odd.
Do you think it's the plant magic people?
Plant magic.
We could ask them about the tree.
We could try, if they look like people and not ghosts or anything crazy like that, we could ask them about the tree. And if they're plant magic people.
We could ask ghosts too. They might know even more.
You know what? You're very right. So as long as they don't look like they would kill us or eat us or both, we can ask them if they're plant magic people.
I don't think anything wants to eat me right now. I'm covered in
Except that
rotten-
one thing.
No, that's not true. That
rotten
one
bones.
thing.
Well, yes.
But as for anything else, no, it would think that you were long dead.
I can't imagine a
Some species of vulture?
Some species of vulture. I'll keep that in mind.
About how far off from where we are is this fire?
About 250 feet away.
Okay. Maybe we should try to quietly get a little bit closer and see if we can, just make sure there aren't any, stake emblems or anything like that.
Oh, that's a good one. Although I will say,
And then we
don't-
can make noise about there are people coming this way. So do not be frightened.
do not be not alarmed.
Yes.
Don't
Right.
worry, I have a bag of trash.
Yeah.
It's a normal
Oh,
bag.
you could tell them you're collecting,
No.
keeping the place clean.
I can check their thoughts first.
Oh, that.
Oh, that could be good.
See if it's.
Hey, don't be shy. You have great ideas. Don't let us just kind of ramp for a while. That was horrible. I said, I have trash. And you're like, I could read their thoughts.
Listen, I just feel that maybe like approaching a group with like a runaway satchel of trash seems a little brash.
No, it seems a lot like Grampy got out of the home. I agree.
Yeah, I don't know what good smells like anymore.
That's. I'm very sorry.
This will end soon. Eventually, it will all end.
No one here knows prestidigitation. We've checked many a time.
No, but we do know what a bath is. One day you'll get one.
We can just take one. We bought rooms.
So 2 days out in the marshes and you're saying, let's go take a bath.
I'm sorry.
It's
I-
fine. No.
Anyway,
If-
what do you need us to do so
if-
that you can read their thoughts?
You could maybe do the shadow thing and pass without a trace. I just gotta get within like 30 feet of him. So maybe you and I, if you drop trash and we do like a little.
If I drop this trash and that fucking thing comes along and eats it. Never mind.
I think we'd notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, probably.
And then maybe we might have new friends. That could
I'm
help.
going to tie this trash to a nearby tree. The
Sure.
branch is low enough. So it's kind of dangling and not a. Like it's going to get dirty and it's just kind of like.
Yeah, you can easily affix the bag to a tree nearby.
I've grown to like it.
It'll be fine.
Do your thing. Do your thing. I'm still like tying the tree while my shadow spreads to every other one.
All right. Everybody make a stealth check. Silas, make yours with disadvantage because you stank.
Hell yeah, dude.
Your back is still wet.
Oh,
And you're starting to realize that's not just sweat.
That's not just sweat.
it's blood.
It's an infection.
It's meat sweats.
The meat is what's sweating.
Okay. 25.
Nice. Yeah, don't forget your plus 10s from Pass Without a Trace.
18.
Nice.
39.
Okay.
Oh boy. 27.
Nice. Not bad at all. You all
You two did really, really well.
I rolled a 10.
You did very well.
quietly cling to the shadows as the moon lingers overhead. Making your way out, you see two figures sitting around the fire. They don't seem to have taken notice of any of you. One of which has a long, pointed, raven-like beak with a hood pulled up, black hood, holding some sort of skewered rat on a stick. And you see that this Kenku is clearly the source of these strange noises, where occasionally it will speak with voices, but occasionally it will make sounds to emote different feelings and emotions, all the while tearing away bits and pieces of this, or rather pecking at this little cooked swamp rat. The other figure, sitting across from them on the other side of the fire, is strange. You see pale, almost translucent skin. You swear you can see some of the veins underneath. The nose is hardly there. There's just more of like a lump with some nostrils that's like the implication of a nose. And
Is Lord Voldemort.
not that intense. There's more of a
Okay.
bump. I can't think of anything to akin
I
it
must
to.
go to like Adrian Brody to Voldemort.
3.
Oh, yeah.
Silvery hair that goes down to about shoulder length, but
I had to look up Adrian
Yeah,
Brody.
honestly.
Come on.
but you see as they're conversing, this figure's hair will shift from like its natural silvery state to what looks to be also a natural black state that kind of like bleeds down from the roots and fills the hair. The face shifts and changes colors and occasionally changes shape altogether to mimic that of a different person. And the voice there changes as well. And the two seem to just be kind of
Showing up.
conversing back and forth with their various forms of strange mimicry, but ultimately just enjoying a meal together at a campfire.
Rad. Then I would like to take the medallion of thoughts and just sort of like rub it in my hand. And it gives me 3 charges of the detect thoughts spell. So I would just like to check out their surface level thoughts so that they are not alerted to my any probing.
Absolutely. Do you have to target one at a time?
Yeah.
Which one would you like to target?
Let's go shifter.
Okay. I would say that based off of your brief observation, you know this to be a changeling. Not very common people across most of Kavora.
As far as we know.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Surface level thoughts.
I'm a G.
You're getting a lot of like legitimate enjoyment from the partner and impression, like being impressed with a lot of the sounds that can be made. A lot of like, oh, man, I can make my voice sound like this, but that bell sound, how'd you even make that many noises at once? Oh, this needs more salt. That fire kind of smells. Is that my ass? No, it's a swamp. Just like surface level, reacting to the world around them thoughts.
Okay, cool.
Classic.
Then can I go ahead and swap over to Kenku Guy?
Mm-hmm. Swapping over to the Kenku, vastly different experience. You hear less language. There's not like an inner monologue in one voice, but it's like a cycle of. It's as if someone were like flipping through just a batch of random recordings on some sort of like MP3 player on shuffle. Sometimes it's a cat meowing. Sometimes it's two people having a conversation at the same time. Sometimes it's a clear response to a question. Sometimes it's
It's like hearing someone on TikTok, like right next to you. Like you don't
Yeah.
see the scrolling, but
yeah,
like
100%.
Okay.
100%.
I have
You can
ADHD.
hear like weird mashups of like songs that you've heard performed by bards before that like bleed into one another, and it's pretty impressive.
Pigs, piss.
In a similar vein, if somebody couldn't hear their thoughts, could you read their thoughts? Do you think?
I was
Would that
half
be the
expecting
ultimate-
Kenku to be like, if only someone could ever truly understand.
So many voices, but nothing to say.
Okay.
Not this one. But yeah, it's like, and you get the sense that like there is pattern there is thought happening, but it's not thought in the way that you were used to, where it's kind of like an inner monologue. It's more just like
Going through a catalog.
Yeah,
of
cycling.
What do I use to portray
it's-
this?
If for fear of listing a franchise that I really give two shits about, it's like how Bumblebee talks in the Transformers movies,
Okay.
where it's
okay.
like cycling through radio stations to
Got it.
respond to questions.
Big ups to Michael Bay.
No.
Best filmmaker ever. First time I saw this movie, I was like,
Because that's the whole movie. Okay. And I've gotten the indication that they don't know that we're here, right?
Definitely not.
Okay. This will alert the Kenku that someone is probing into his mind. But I would like to probe further.
Okay.
I'd like to know more.
that's how
Okay.
that gets you.
They have to make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, its emotional state, something that looms over its mind, something it worries over, loves, hates. If it succeeds, the spell ends. But either way, they know I have looked. It is a wisdom saving throw save of 13.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
I don't know if that has my...
Is this from an item?
Yeah.
It would use the items.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, 13.
Okay. It's a natural 4.
Oh.
Are they aware regardless?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a brief moment where the sounds kind of silence, and you get a feeling of like a flutter in your chest. And you hear, "Oh, Hazel, if only I could tell you how I really felt."
Okay.
The way that the fire sparkles in your pure black eyes.
Oh no.
But alas, it is forbidden. What's that? And then they kind of like perk up and look around. The changeling is kind of in the middle of laughing. He's like, what is it? He like pulls a dagger from a sheath and is kind of like looking out. Neither of them spot you.
Okay.
You guys rolled fucking ridiculously high on your stealth checks.
Okay.
You hear like a low whistle from the Kenku.
If someone were to maybe want to whisper to someone next to them, would that disrupt a stealth check? Does one have to roll like another stealth check to whisper? Oh, I forgot I even fucking had those. Cool. All right. So gonna do like a quick twist of the ring. 25 words, right? Or is it like a?
You guys have a bank of 150 words.
Oh, okay, cool. They just seem to be adventurers. I think they're just traveling. They're in love though.
That's adorable. Should we go?
Yeah, I think they're safe.
Just pulled a dagger.
That's because they felt me in their brain. Quite frankly, I would
Oh.
pull a knife too.
Alright, so we should maybe come out hands up.
Yeah, if we need to say
Go
hi,
back the way we came.
yeah,
Oh.
we can just sneak back and then
Oh.
we could approach normally. I
clever.
can tell him that I just did a mental scan of the area to see if anyone was new. We saw the fire and we walked close, and then I just sort of tap because I'm pretty sure that.
Yeah, that's probably all the words.
Alright. So we begin to sneak
Yeah,
backwards.
I would like to. I think Pastor Latcher is still up. Can I just like sneak my way on back to where we initially saw the fire from? I think it was like 100.
Yeah, it's 250 feet away, easily. Yeah, you guys back away with your ridiculous stealth as the shadows cling to you, and find yourselves a safe distance away.
So, they're just travelers that are quietly in love.
Oh, that Kenku absolutely has feelings for him. I think the changeling also kind of has. I did like a surface level check of sort of like what they were thinking, and then I dived deeper into the Kenku because he seemed very interesting. I've never heard a Kenku sort of, speak internally. Anyhow, they're adorable. They seem so sweet. They're just sharing dinner. I
So-
figured we could say hi.
I'm gonna be folding up my shadow like a tarp.
I mean, should we interrupt?
Hand
Do
like
we
pops
have-
out to tuck it back in.
We don't
It bites
necessarily have to. It seemed from the way you guys were talking like you wanted to double check and make sure that
Is
they were
this-
okay, and then if
is-
they were chilled, say hi.
Is this forbidden love something that they would want to discuss, or we don't broach that subject?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, probably we shouldn't say that we heard their innermost
yeah.
thoughts.
He seemed to be very dreamy, honestly. My plan was just to go in acting like they were a couple anyway, and maybe the spark would just say,
This is going to flavor the entire conversation for me. I hope you know that.
well, that's okay.
You know, usually it's best, I've noticed, when Kitten does her talking anyway, so
No, I know. I'm fully
perhaps.
aware.
But I thought, if anything, it could still be worth asking if they know anything about the tree or magic or any of that.
Well, if they've smelled or seen anything that
Oh,
smells
we could
like
ask
me.
about that thing.
Right. Yeah, let's go. Fine.
I snatched that the real expensive.
Rapier?
No. There was a board posting of jobs. I snatched that very.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the one about there's the one about the OTU for 7,000 gold,
Yes.
and then there's the one about 50 gold per silver stake mask.
Yes.
You have both of those. Yes.
Okay. Cool. Then when I get close enough, I'm gonna find that dossier.
Fire.
The
it's a
written
poster.
report of what we're out here doing, and just sort of have it in my hands. But I'll get really close. Hi, hello, hi, sorry, hi, hands up.
Okay.
Hello, sorry. We are the Mistwalkers. My name is Aurora. I was wondering by chance if you've seen this very large animal that fits this description. He likes trash.
Smells like trash.
It smells like absolute disaster. We were trying to hunt him, wondering if, maybe you'd spotted anything or seen any tracks, or we've been out here for a few days.
I mean, I've experienced a number of smells since we've exited. Been traveling through the swamp, so potentially we've passed it by. Is it large? Are you hunters?
Now.
For now, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kind of
For the time being.
mercenaries. Yeah.
I see.
Souls for hire.
Sounds nice.
Yeah. Well, sorry. We didn't really mean to interrupt you and your partner having dinner. But maybe by chance have you come across any silver stake? Or have you heard of an organization called the Silver Stake?
We are aware of the silver stake.
Okay.
We keep a wide berth.
Got it.
Is that true?
Make an insight check.
Parkour.
18.
Seems to be telling the truth. Very, very hard figure to read. This is the changeling that's been doing all of the talking.
Is he still shifting?
He is. So it's kind of a changeling's natural
Okay.
state, as far as you know. They have still that kind of like pale skin, but similar to to Theron Kettle, the Harshan that you met, there are like shifts in color across the face, but it's a lot more intense. It's like multicolored, and it's weird. It's like having a conversation with a cuttlefish almost. There's something like dazzling about it.
Silas weapon and threat scan. Do they look battle hardened or scarred or anything?
Make an insight check.
Okay.
I was gonna ask if they look like they would know anything about plant magic.
You can make an
These
insight
look
check
like
as
Is there
well.
like a
Plant
staff with
magicians.
like vines on it or some shit?
They look like they're really into plants, dude.
14.
I would
14.
a couple of plant guys. That's looking.
They definitely look well traveled. You don't see any staffs or anything of that nature, Cholula, that would imply that they are of the natural magic persuasion.
I mean, with my plus, it's a 4. So
All right.
Yeah. They're both wearing like leathers and that look like they've seen some wear and tear. Definitely have the means to survive in the wild, as they are doing. But they don't seem like threatening to any of you at the moment. They are kind of on their guard, as anyone would be if they were approached by 4 strangers in the night. But
We probably have a lot of weapons on us,
Yeah.
to be fair.
To ease tensions, my name is Silas, and we're merely looking for this bounty of ours.
nice to
we're
meet
trying
you.
Be on our way.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm Hazel, and this is Spark. And you hear this kind of like sizzling, crackling sound from the Kenku as they wave.
Hello, Hazel and Spark. You haven't seen a giant 3-tentacled monster though, anything of that nature?
Not recently, no.
You don't look it.
So where are you traveling to and from?
Oh, well, we're on our way south from Gilladorn, headed down to Altenin. Hoping to make a buck or two along the way.
Oh, really?
Heard it's beautiful.
Okay, if you're trying to keep some safe distance in between you and the Silver State, Altianan isn't the place to go.
Oh, there were a lot of them down there.
Yeah, pretty much the whole town.
Like the entire city of Altenin is.
Well, there's a pretty strong foothold. At least everyone who I saw there was either in garb or had the holy symbol. So
That's all right. We can rather handle ourselves. We've got to go where the money flows, as it is. But I appreciate your concern.
You aren't headed to Rovagul by chance, are you? Isn't
Wild Magic
Gilladorn-
Island?
Isn't that
No.
where we sent Chance? You know Valafar Chant.
Have you heard of a?
Chance and Chance, right? Is that what we call it?
I think so.
Never heard of him. No.
Oh.
Someone you know?
Yeah, we had seen if they could hire some mercenaries to come this way. We're just wondering if you might have been some.
Gilladorn would be the place to do it. Quite a big city, though, so
Yeah. Well,
3 levels to it, you know. Wild stuff.
well, we won't
Modern
bother
marvel.
you too much. You're having dinner by firelight. Why did I say that?
That's how everybody has dinner mostly.
Yeah, it is. That is fine.
honestly,
Pretty dark, otherwise.
Right. Yeah. Unless it was arcane.
I like to see what I'm chewing.
Yeah.
yeah.
For sure. Yes.
Sorry, we didn't really mean to interrupt your dinner.
That's okay.
But
Well, would you like to join us for a spell?
yes,
Please.
We would. We
Have a seat.
would. Do
There's plenty of swamp rats to go around.
sit down.
Do either of you know prestidigitation? by chance?
I do, actually.
Neat. I reek, and it's because I've been carrying trash.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I had noticed.
It wasn't what I was born with.
Right, well, stand still.
It is.
And
Should I
kind of like
turn around.
gives a flick of his hands, and like all of the, not just like the trash juice from your back, but all of the dirt that's been accumulating on your clothes since the last time you were like in a liquid, just kind of like comes off all the mud from the bottom of your trousers, and he just kind of like throws it 5 feet outside of camp.
Thank you. I threw
Of course.
it in my mouth.
Anyone else fancy a magic bath?
Well, sure.
Neat. Thank you. I think we have a bit of our own food. We don't want to take from any rations of your own.
Oh, that's all right. Marshes, absolutely rife with swamp rats.
It's
Quite
the
delicious.
Try a swamp rat.
I'm not against trying it. I just don't want to take food from someone who had to
That's
hunt.
fine. We could trade some pig for some swamp rat.
We could trade
I
some
do have
food.
some cured pig.
Oh, pig. Pig sounds nice. Have you got any salt, by chance?
It's covered in salt.
Yeah, it's maybe pig flavored salt at this point.
You could probably slice
Salt.
off pieces into what you're eating, and that will salt it and add a little bit of umami to it.
That sounds... I don't know what that means, but that sounds absolutely wonderful.
Is that anything like Oh Daddy?
Yes.
Anyway, is there something specific in Altanan that you're after?
Well, I hear that there are a lot of... He's kind of like looks over all of you. We're in good company here.
Of course.
I heard a funny story that people from down round that way aren't the brightest up top. So, all the more reason that maybe they have some loose funds that needs, replacement elsewhere. Perhaps in my pockets.
How?
But at the end of the day, it's not that funny, is it? Because, that money's got to go somewhere.
How would you tell if someone from South isn't that smart?
Just rumors.
Do I get the impression that, I think I do. What is my intelligence? Hold on. Let me just put it together. It's a +2. It's fine.
It's above average.
These are confidence men, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Is that what con man stands for?
Yeah. Silas, you actually notice...
What's the INT over there? Not on your character sheet. Don't worry.
Oh, on the chart?
Hey, we covered this up top.
Negative like 2.
You actually see a small stack of gold coins next to where Hazel was sitting, and nearby them, kind of in a little plate, are little flakes of gold, and it appears that he's been shaving gold coins in hopes of remelting the gold for resale, and then still using those coins for purchase.
Huh. Okay.
I would like to use a second charge on the Medallion of Thoughts. Can I do another just surface level scan of the boys?
Sure.
Scan those boys.
Which one are you going with first?
Can we do Hazel first?
Yeah. Smells a lot better now. Tastes a lot better with salt too. Guess that's what that stink was. At least it's over there now.
Okay, sick. Okay, can I pop over to Spark?
Yeah, from Spark, you're getting less of the sounds and more of that kind of deeper voice is bleeding up into the surface thoughts now. And you're just kind of hearing, could it have been them? Perhaps. We'll keep eyes, just in case.
So you've been traveling a lot then. You had some good business in Galador.
Well, not the best. Let's just say we're not welcome back.
Oh.
City guard's pretty rough there then.
Yeah.
Down with tyranny.
And justice for all.
Is that just a thing you say to people now?
No,
That's the thing you say to the right people. Where are you from?
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep.
Interesting.
The two of us, at least. They're
Waterdeep thing.
yeah.
Oh, I've actually never been to Waterdeep. It's just something Silas has been saying since,
We should come up with a call in return.
Oh, yeah. Like
We were thinking about stopping by Mossendale.
Were you?
Have you been there?
Yes, it's
Is it nice?
fine.
I heard that there was a Silver Stake attack recently.
There was, and so now the guard is up.
Yes.
Ah.
Vigilant.
There's a casino, though.
Was it rather deadly?
There's
I bet the place is rife with orphans.
I didn't see
You know what?
any
No,
orphans.
that's worth it. Can I use a search?
But no, but
What?
at the,
Are you trying to go into the thoughts?
But at the end of the day,
Yeah, just a surface. That was very specific.
At the end of the day, it's not that funny, is it? Because there could be orphans in that town.
there could be. There is a casino there, though. It's a word that I've come to recently appreciate.
Oh, like a gambling den.
I loved
Yes.
it there.
That sounds nice.
It is easy if you can.
As I said before, though, and what happens next is odd. There's a string of words that sound as if they are making a sentence, but there's no real meaning behind it at all. Except for you two.
Oh.
You both understand, and thieves can't, that it's a strange way of using a lot of words to say, we'd love to stop by Mossendale, but as we've said, we've got work in Old Tenon. So we'll probably just be headed on south.
Right. Well, I mean, wouldn't want to be in the way unless, any kind of assistance was needed.
Probably not on this one. But it's good to know that
We'll be down there
people like yourselves are still around.
at some time. Eventually, we've got business as well.
Yeah, we'll be there on our own accord. It was kind of a bit of a plan. We're just buying some time in Mossendale.
Right. Well, it was lovely chatting with you.
Of course.
Not often we meet
No.
kind folks out here in the wilds.
Right. Yes, we've just been meaning to keep hunting. Let out a scream if a giant thing with tentacles
Will do.
shows face.
Yeah.
You as well. You got kids, any of you?
Are
Do
we
you too?
kids?
No, we don't. Is that a heaving dog?
Yeah.
In the distance.
I hope the mics picked that up.
Man,
I wish my eyes didn't.
I didn't look.
I did.
I did.
I'm not gonna.
I can't, so I won't.
I've never seen it as it. Oh no, baby.
You got kids, any of you?
No.
I think Silas is just going to stand up and start walking back towards the bag. It was wonderful talking with you.
Does Silas seem like weirded out?
Make an insight check. More?
She's a baby.
Must have been that crouton.
12.
12?
Did she eat a crouton?
Yeah.
Like literally one that fell on the floor.
Oh.
Dogs.
The tavern dog is making it harder to order food.
On a 12, what do you think Rabbit would read, Silas?
Yeah, just not wanting to be a part of the conversation anymore. Doesn't really enjoy that question so much or answering it. It was truly wonderful meeting you. It's wonderful to to have justice for all, if I could say. It's good to hear that again, honestly.
Of course. Down with tyranny. Enjoy your evening. I'm sorry if I offended any of you with my talk of orphans.
You are you looking for orphans?
No. I just think it's so sad.
Yes.
And people in our lines of work tend to be that, so it's it's a bit of empathy, right?
Yes. You know, a lot of people are inclined to make jokes when they see,
But it's at the end of the
stereotypical, oh, you become an adventurer, your parents must be dead. But at the end of the day, it's not that funny, is it? Because that's an orphan.
It's not that funny, is it?
Am I an orphan?
I don't think so.
I'm an adult.
Are your
right?
parents alive?
No. I'm an orphan.
You're an orphan.
It's not that funny, is it?
It's not that
It wasn't funny the first time you said that, and it
Well-
isn't funny now.
We should be going.
Sorry to have brought down your mood.
Oh no.
May our paths cross again in the future.
Let's hope.
And hopefully, fewer of us will be orphans.
Okay.
Can you stop being an orphan?
Yeah, can you gain the parents back?
Once you...
There are magics I've heard of that can
Are you
revive a
gonna
life.
Just be adopted.
And we've really
That too.
We've really nailed the Mistwalker bad exit this time for sure. I am leaving. You guys can have a nice conversation.
You're like standing 10 feet outside of the camphouse, just like standing proudly at the edge.
It was
Spark has gone back to like picking into the rep.
And Spark, yes, of course.
It's another like firecracker sound.
Okay,
All right.
I'm walking away.
Yeah,
I am also walking away.
Mist walking away.
Ooh.
Nope, that's not gonna stick, is it? All right. Yep. The
Yeah,
end.
I,
It is
I-
now.
I would
going
like
to
to
be
head
okay.
back to the trash tied to a tree.
Yeah, you go back to the trash. At the end of your second day, heading back into Mossendale for the night, at your rooms that you've paid very well for. And on day 3, you head out, spend another day in the very hot, humid marshes, searching for the Otyug. At about midday, you do come across a number of bones that are just kind of like poking up from various portions of the swamp, partially sunken. But as you continue on, it appears that there are so many bones in this area that you actually sink down less because there is kind of a pile up of solid surface beneath you.
Ugh.
Is it kind of just like a circular area, or is it kind of a path of sorts?
This particular area is like a small pond shape, but you guys can go ahead and make investigation or survival checks.
Okay. Okay.
The survival. It's 8.
15 survival.
17 survival.
That is a 15. I'll go investigation.
Okay. What was yours again, Shalila?
15.
Yeah.
15, and you said 17.
I only remember because we got the same thing.
Rabbit, you notice an area, kind of a strange area where the bones have been a little disturbed, and then very quickly after notice large circular depressions in the marsh that have kind of, where the greenery has been pushed down and the mud, and it's just been kind of like filled back in with water, almost appearing to be like
Like the dinosaur footprints in Jurassic Park.
kind of. I was gonna say like an elephant footprint, but yeah, both are accurate.
Yours makes more sense.
Kind of like rounded with 3 large.
3 little lumpies.
Yeah, but like longer than an elephant's would be. Definitely not an elephant, but that size and shape.
Okay.
Seem to lead off to the east.
If I like stare down that way, can I see anything?
Make a perception check.
16? Wait.
You say 60?
16.
Oh.
75?
Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Wait, 14. 8 plus 6 is 14.
It's 14.
14. You don't see anything as this area is pretty heavily forested. It's a lot less land, a lot more water, and more of these like cypress trees with the strange kind of conical spikes of roots that kind of poke up out of the marsh in different areas. You do, however, hear something. What sounds like someone kind of like cursing or shouting, not shouting, but muttering expletives.
Do they seem distressed? Like, alarmed? Panicked?
Not particularly, you just kind of hear like,
Please.
I think that something may be occurring that way.
Should we
There's some tracks on the ground.
go easy?
Could you tell how far away it was?
Can I see anything in that direction?
make a perception check. Hard to judge distance by sound. Probably within 300 feet.
Okay, it's not far.
12.
Okay.
12, 19.
A little too far for the middle.
Neither of you see anything, but you do each hear what Rabbit is referring to. The cursing continues. It's long strings.
Does it sound like a familiar voice?
No.
Should we duck down and approach?
Yeah.
Should we approach proudly? Aggressively?
Maybe heroically.
Heroically, I like it.
Yeah.
Alright.
We'd like to heroically approach.
Are you being stealthy or are you just approaching?
No, we're just going to approach,
Have
it
a bag
appears.
of trash.
Okay.
Heroically.
As you approach,
It's okay.
you make your way along the marsh, following the drier portions, and eventually come around a tree clearing. Getting closer, with those perception checks carrying over, you hear getting louder and louder as you get closer.
Blasted, sinking thing. Ah, only got 3 of these left because of you.
And round the corner to see a human man, tall, wearing some decent plate armor, and his hair is pretty long, kind of comes down to his shoulders, but the top portion is kind of tied up into a bun behind his head. He looks and notices all of you, as it looks like he's just finished putting something onto his finger.
Everything all right?
Yeah, my boots stuck in the fucking marsh.
Oh.
What did he put on his finger?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Is there anybody else around here?
Make a perception check as well.
Shade roll 18.
19.
20.
27.
Let me see.
You're both
That's
very
a nat
pretty. We did it.
Have I told you
Fuck off.
lately that I love you?
All right, we'll go in order.
Just because you went up Sam.
We'll go in numerical order here. Silas, you notice, as you requested, that he seems to have just kind of twisted a ring onto his finger. Rabbit, you notice that the man, while slightly sunken, doesn't appear to be stuck in the marsh. He's partially sunken into the marsh. But what you do notice is a hefty chain at his feet leading under the water nearby. And Cholula, on a natural 20, you just catch the flap of his satchel coming down as he's putting the ring on. And on a natural fucking 20, you just see the edge of a porcelain mask inside before it closes.
Got her out now.
Well, thank goodness.
I'm gonna.
It is a new day.
Can I use the ring and be like,
Yeah.
is anyone getting a read on this guy? And I'm just smiling.
We don't
Is
have
anyone
any
getting a
words
read on this
left,
guy?
do we?
It's a new day.
It's a new day.
It's the third
That was
day.
yesterday.
Right.
Make a deception check for your for your toothy smile as you're communicating.
Smell like shit.
Carrying a bag of trash.
This is our pops. There's something quite wrong with him.
18. I have a +8 to that now.
I'm just gonna respond. Swamp chain
I'll respond.
into the ring.
Silver Stake. He's got a mask in the pouch.
He's still got his hands up.
Can I help you? I think I've got it now.
Where are the tracks in relation to us right now?
In relation to you,
The
They
ones
lead
that we just.
down into the water
Can I?
that the chain is going into.
Here, let me just. Oh, get you go this way, and I'll go, and I want to push him into the.
As you approach him, he's absolutely going to reach for his weapon, and I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shut.
Shot.
Okay.
I was gonna ask a couple more questions.
Tallulah is up first.
Yeah. But doing better. Anybody beat a 12? Take that, Cholula.
You beat her, actually. She rolled -4. So her initiative is 10.
Puts her at like a 12.
You have to roll the d20 for this, not the d12. She would still get 38 on her.
All right, anybody 25 to 20?
31.
One for Cholula.
A number that he said, Kitty.
38.
Anybody between 20 and 15?
16.
Oh, 16. My bad.
Hey, Tootsies. Oh my god.
What are both of your dexterity ability scores?
+4.
The
Scores.
score is the big number.
19.
19.
17.
17. Okay.
You're not going to go up to a monk on that one. You're going to lose to the monk on the dex score. Unless you built it wrong. 12.
Silas, 12?
You have so many crates. Fuck yeah, dude. I didn't see that. Fucking grip it and rip it, my dude.
It's because my dex is so high, you
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
even see me.
I didn't even see the text.
Due to the nature of this being a marsh, this entire area is difficult terrain.
How dare you?
Marsha.
So you guys are kind of standing back as Cholula approached. And attempt to push. Cholula, you're up first.
Right. So as soon as I notice he's grabbing a weapon, I'm going to grab mine and like upward slash as I'm pulling it out of the hilt.
Fuck yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay.
You see he's pulling this kind of wicked looking greatsword from its back.
Oh, come on.
Big old beefy dude.
12.
A beefman. 12 does not hit, just kind of like slides along his breastplate, and makes him stumble back a bit, but he catches himself and gets his greatsword out, holding it in two hands.
Okay, and then I'm going to... I think I'm just gonna back up like 10 feet.
Okay.
And since
Since he attacked, he
yeah.
doesn't get opportunity attacks against you because you're a fucking swashbuckler.
My fucking buckler.
A swashbuckler.
Oh, and then I'll bonus action, I'll shift.
Fuck yeah.
Well, no, I will not.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for the beast. If that happens. If
Kill
that
the
happens
beast.
later. Kill the beast.
All right. Ending Cholula's turn brings us to the silver stake.
So he's a bloody silver stake.
As you slash across his breastplate and then take a jump back, he looks across all of you, greatsword in hand. He's like,
To the abyss with you.
and is going to step forward. Oh, right, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Here we are. And he's going to make... No, he doesn't step forward. Yes, he does. Oh, wait, not. He's going to step around this way to you, Cholula, and he's going to make 2 great sword attacks against you.
Okay.
First one is a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
Second is 14 to hit.
14 does not hit.
All right. The second misses, but the first he swings out and clashes with you. You take 16 points of slashing damage
Okay.
from the greatsword, and that is his turn. That brings us to Rabbit.
This is a genuine question, not just shenanigans. Since I can run on water, is this still difficult terrain for me?
I'm gonna say no, but if you wouldn't mind, because you'll have to be constantly running to stay, to undo the difficult terrain, basically. Can you keep track of when you have had 5 turns, if it gets that far? Because then we'll start making Constitution saving throws for exhaustion, because you'll be running on water for a long time.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay. So I'm going to...
And you can see from the steps that he takes trudging through in his heavy armor, he is also affected by the difficult terrain of this area.
Okay.
I'm gonna run around to hit his other side, on like opposite where Cholula is standing, so that I'm flanking.
Okay.
And with my new +2 quarterstaff, I'm just gonna like pop pop
Fuck
against
yeah.
the back of his head.
Give him the old double pop.
Go pop pop.
Give him a razzle and then give him a dazzle.
That is 17.
17 does not hit.
Well, then a 16 also wouldn't.
Correct. Rather, both of them hit, but just clang, clang, just like against the breastplate, very sturdy.
Oh, I would have had advantage on those because I'm flanking. Because I just said I'm gonna.
Yes. So yeah, go ahead and roll twice again.
26 and 21.
Those will hit, yes.
So
Welcome to Redcon.
no, it's not a retcon if my turn wasn't over yet.
True.
That's 5 plus 12, 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right, not bad.
And then can I flurry of blow?
Yes, you can.
Sick. I'm actually going to use my staff, like the butt of my staff, to try and break the chain that he has that's leading into the swamp.
Okay, worth noting, the chain isn't like connected to him. It's actually still laying on the ground over here.
Oh, I thought he had it.
He seemed like he was holding it and dropped it and then took a ring out of his pouch and put it on.
Oh, then I'm just gonna hit him again.
Okay.
Great.
Hit him again!
Hit him again.
Again!
Okay, first one. 29
29 hits for sure.
Very small words.
and 25.
25 also hits.
Boop, 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 boop. Where did my D8s go? Found them.
This one still has a lot of Full Metal Alchemist vibes to me.
Yeah.
20 points of bludgeoning damage.
20 total?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's my action, bonus action, and movement. I will stand here.
All right. As you stand there, that ends Rabbit's turn and brings us to Aurora.
Flow.
Hi.
Hi, Aurora.
Yeah, already. Am I within 30 feet of homie?
Easily.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
cool. Can I just cast
Difficult
Witch
terrain.
Bolt?
Well, yeah, but she's not moving.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Spell distance. Witch bolt? Absolutely. That's a saving throw of some sort, correct? Or no, you make an attack roll.
No, yeah, that's just an attack roll.
Witch bolt?
Witch bolt.
That one.
Oh.
That is so cocked, but I wish
Oh,
it wasn't.
cocked.
It was almost a 20. Okay, well, that's fine. Does a 17 hit?
17 does not hit, fortunately. This one
Okay.
does not cling off of his armor. He actually like ducks to the side as this bolt of arcane light just like shoots over him, and he reevaluates his position.
Cool. Then can I just go ahead and bonus action Blade Song?
Fuck yeah.
And then I know it's difficult terrain. Can I move? Was it like half movement speed? I guess.
So with your blade song, that makes your movement like 20 feet.
Yeah. Can I move like 10 feet closer?
Closer.
Yeah. See.
Like so.
See.
Right in front of Silas there.
Yeah. And then that'll do it.
Alrighty. Ending Aurora's turn. The Warlord is going to use one of his legendary actions
Love meeting a legendary friend.
to whip around and make another great sword attack on Rabbit.
What?
Yeah, this guy's a fucking legend, okay? So. Only a 15 to hit.
15 does not hit. Also, just a heads up, we're getting raided.
Hey! What's up?
Hey!
We're on the hunt for a monster and we found him.
I would like to use my sentinel reaction.
Oh, fuck yeah!
He tried to hit my friend.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. How dare you?
Let's please do something this time.
Now you're gonna get bait.
Let's.
Yo, you know what'd be fucked
Also,
up?
you have advantage because I'm flanking.
If you took Sentinel and Warcaster and fucking use spells as your
You know
Sentinel
what?
attacks,
That's
should be
actually a
wild.
beautiful combination. I'm gonna write that down.
You're welcome. That's for you raiders out there.
Really?
Let me give a quick shout out to
She sits, I guess.
I guess.
quick shout out to Top Down Tabletop. Welcome back. Lovely to see you again. Thank you for the raid. We've got a giveaway that we're going to announce before we go to break. It's the Mystery More Fun pre-painted miniature giveaway. This lovely Wild Beyond the Witchlight box of 4 pre-painted mystery minis. You've got to be a follower to be able to enter, but stay tuned to find out how, and give us click the heart if you want to be eligible to win, unless you live in Quebec.
Nah.
Oh, you're ruining the mood. What's happening? What's happening?
We have to say the stuff.
I know.
25.
25 absolutely hits.
Yeah.
It's what? What?
It's this guy.
He was talking about
Oh, do I
someone
get
else.
sneak attack too because we're all together?
You do.
You do!
Absolutely.
Guys, the power of our friendship lets me hit this guy harder.
That is no joke, but also he didn't know who he was fucking with.
We are also.
We didn't
no
know
joke.
either.
The Mistwalkers.
For those of you at home, this is now a level 11 campaign.
It's fine.
Oh, I'm at 5.
We started at 1. It's all on YouTube. You can check it out.
We started at 1. I blocked
Yeah,
that
We started
out.
with the Waterdeep Dragon Heist module and moved into Homebrew when we came to Mystanor.
Okay.
And most of us lived.
So this is my first
Must
time
be
having
happening.
sneak attack since we leveled up, and it's 5d6 plus. It's all my d6 at once.
Oh my goodness.
All the ones
You
that
have to
out.
give her more
You know what
than
this
I was gonna say, we're gonna have to
means?
get you more dice.
Yeah.
Which is our second giveaway this evening. Stay tuned.
See, this is why I hoard
You're the ones who said.
all of my players are casters. I need disgusting amounts of dice.
Disgusting.
But at the end of the day,
At the end of the day, it's not that funny, is it?
At the end of the day,
Is
it's
that
my
gonna be coffins in that swamp?
That is 31 points of damage.
Whoa.
For trying to hit my friend.
Yeah.
Yo.
Bitch purr.
He'll never do that again. Bitch purr.
Yeah.
He seems fine.
I want that in the Barbie font.
That ends his legendary action.
Yes.
As he looks over his shoulder and he's like, "Any fucking day now!" When bursting forth from the swamp,
No.
chain around its neck, still trailing to the ground, you see the massive, like, writhing, bulbous form of the Otu with this massive mouth full of sharpened spine-like teeth, 2 tentacles whipping at its side, and a 3rd tentacle holding up a number of eyes that were just peering up out of the water like some driftwood.
Right at me.
Of course.
Right near me.
Of course it looked like driftwood.
Real close to me.
All right.
I'm tired of your tricks.
It's going to unleash its multi-attack on the first thing that it sees, which is Aurora.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Not Aurora, she's so dang.
First, it's going to attempt to bite
She's
you.
so small. She's our sweet wizard.
22 to hit.
No. You know what? I say no.
Hey, you're the one with the impossible fucking armor class, okay?
Yeah, it hits.
Okay, the bite hits. You take 10 points of piercing damage, and I need you
Yeah, I knew it.
to make a Constitution saving throw.
I knew you were gonna do
Due to your new vampiric state, are you resistant to poison or anything like that?
Let's double check.
Excuse me. I know that you count as an undead creature, but I don't know if that gives you like a specific resistance to poison. We're using the vampire statistics, player statistics from Grimhollow, not sponsored.
Should be.
But it could be.
If you know somebody,
They're Aussies,
tell them to look
right?
us up. We're very available. What's up?
They're Aussies, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So call us at
does
night.
Get in touch with Butterfly.
And then they'll call us.
Call us yesterday and we'll get it now.
That's right. It's a day ahead.
It does not say that I have any
Okay.
resistance to it.
Wonderful. If you wouldn't mind making a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 16.
16 succeeds, and you do not become poisoned.
Yay!
However, it does
Long to
have
say.
a couple more attacks.
Yeah, well, there's that too.
The first tentacle,
Okay.
dirty 20 to hit.
Okay. No one's allowed to draw this fight either. Yeah, that hits.
That hits. Okay. You take another 10 points of bludgeoning damage as this, like, thick but flattened tentacle that comes to kind of a tapered end wraps around you. In addition to the bludgeoning damage, you notice the spines within the tentacle that cause you to take an additional 2 points of piercing damage. And you are grappled and restrained. Let's see what we got here. What was the distance there?
Real?
I'd say that's about 10 feet, eh? No, that's 15 feet, so it's going to go one more this way. And it's going to make its second tentacle attack, actually, against Cholula. Mm-hmm. That's a natural 2, which is not going to hit you.
No.
So the tentacle just kind of like swipes down using your fancy footwork as a deft swashbuckling rogue. You step out of the way as it just collides with the
Heel
marsh
tap.
and leads
You do an Irish jig out of the way.
as it indents the swampy marshland beneath you and drags away with clumps of lichen still caught in its spines. That ends the Otiuk's turn and brings us to Silas.
Oh, cool. I'm a rage after I see Big Stinky come out of the water.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, followed by just the smell of absolute death. Even, it overpowers the sulfur in the area. I don't know if you've ever left like chicken in your car
There was that.
Don't
There was that
finish
mac
that
and
story.
cheese in our fridge.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah, that was
You
aggressive.
mean in our friend's fridge that one time?
No,
when
it
we went
was
over there.
us. I have no shame. I forget about my
I have shame
fridge.
for the both of us.
I don't want to get into a story. Anchovies on a pizza in a car throughout a whole movie in Texas. I don't have that car anymore.
You shouldn't.
For obvious reasons. For like,
That's a biohazard.
Anchovies.
I
on
donated it to
pizza.
science.
No, that
Rage.
sounds great.
I raged. Can I
Right.
get? Is it possible to get
Anchovies are
behind
pretty good.
this
Little salty
this friend?
treats.
Behind the creature, let's
Yes.
see. You could go
Could I go through the
10.
split there?
20 to here.
If
Actually,
it's
you can actually travel through Aurora's space. So you can go 10 feet, 20 feet to there. Or no, 20, 40, 50. Is your movement speed?
45.
45. Okay, so you can get to here. Not quite all the way around. Through the difficult terrain of the marsh.
Yeah, when I rage, I just kind of like, I kind of throw my shadow over me like like a cape, and it like just takes the form of like
Strong
just
monk.
a strong monk. Yeah, just an angry monk.
Yeah, you can actually see like these tendrils where the shadow overlaps itself atop Silas, forming these like bare what's the word I'm looking for? Exposed like muscle and tendon and sinew of shadow overlapping each other, just making Silas look super bulky.
So bulked, and I'm
We are
going
Venom.
He's thick.
to.
The forearms are absurd.
So handsome. So handsome. You ever looked at a forearm and be like, handsome?
Yes.
I'm going to take a claw at this beast.
Fuck yeah. Those of you first time viewers, Silas is a monk barbarian.
It's
A bar monkey.
it's a natural 20.
Fuck yeah,
Oh
dude.
shit.
Yeah, it's about to get real.
Oh shit.
Don't forget your +2.
Do I sound like
Just gonna write
That's what I know.
Let's put it on my brain.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's a 6, idiot. Awesome, love that. That doubled. Fuck yeah, love it. Worth it. Worth every bit of it. That's
Is it two?
6 points of damage.
6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Feels good too.
Nice.
When you get a natural 20
Yeah.
and you roll a 1 on damage.
Usually it does.
Feels really good.
All right,
It
that's your
really-
first attack.
All the winds have left the sails.
Oh.
Could I?
It's naughty.
Am I flanking with Cholula?
No, not technically. You'd be flanking with the warlord, but he's not your ally.
Oh, we're not
not
friends?
No,
Shit.
sadly not.
I thought we were cool.
Cool. I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna go for a bite, which would be yeah. I'm just gonna do
I'll
that.
be back in like 30 minutes.
Dirty 20.
Where'd you get a sandwich?
Dirty 20 absolutely hits.
Yeah. What?
Damage, man. Just crushing it right now. It's
Oh, that's not as bad.
7 points of no. It's 9 points of damage this time. The last one needs +2.
Okay.
Still doesn't do it.
Rage.
The one and only time I'm going to retroactively add your rage damage.
I know. I wrote it
Because
right
I had
here. You saw it.
specifically told it to you before you
I wrote
rolled
it in like 72-point font, and I didn't.
6, in addition to 9 points of damage for this one.
9 was with the +2. It was 7
Right.
points +2. Fuck me. And I use my bonus to Raj.
Rajay.
And your full movement.
Yep, that's me.
That's Silas. That brings us back to the top of the round. Cholula.
Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna go for the beast this time.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're well within striking range. You don't even have to use any movement.
Okay. And we are I'm not flanking with Silas. We decided that, right?
Correct.
Okay. $26.
26 absolutely hits.
Wow.
You didn't need to be. Is the situation?
I can't wait to go back and listen to this episode and hear how clean all these rolls are now that the mics aren't like
On the table.
on your tables.
Yeah.
And then this is a sneaky because.
Yeah,
Okay.
because your dudes are everywhere.
Wow.
Fucking rogues, man.
Sneaky.
28
Woo!
I'm
points
a
of
monk
damage.
using my shadow to punch and bite people. And I'm rolling 1d8.
And then for
Yeah,
bonus,
She only gets to do it once.
for bonus action, I'm gonna left hand just kind of like pull a little bit, toss the dancing sword up, and have it just go right behind me, and stab the other guy.
Fuck yeah.
Nice. Stab him.
Stab him.
Get
Get
him.
him.
Get him. Make good passes.
24.
24 hits.
Nice.
Okay, so this one is what? 6.
Just one though.
Yeah,
I see you clutching 10.
that is 8 points of damage.
All right.
Wow.
Not bad.
Wow.
Wow.
Anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Cholula? Any movement? Don't you do it. Don't you do it. That's Pepper. She lives in the tavern.
She's gonna get him.
Yeah, she's everything she does. Vomits, barks. That's so rad.
That is all for my turn.
All right. Ending Cholula's turn brings us once again to the Warlord. He is going to go ahead and make 2 more great sword attacks against Rabbit.
Fucking try.
Okay. The first one, not great. That's a 16 to hit.
16 just hits.
That's 1 hit, and you get higher for the second.
Oh, you tried.
Just roll this all at once. 29 points of slashing damage to you, Rabbit.
How dare you?
Swipes with a great sword, and at the end of his turn, he's going to go ahead and use another one of his legendary actions, which he got back at the top of the round, and make another swing at Cholula.
Gross.
Don't.
Don't do that. Why are you doing that?
You stop.
24 to hit.
Yeah.
Why? What?
It's just 8 more than her AC. So it probably just barely hits.
11 points of slashing damage to Cholula, and that ends the Warlord's turn for now and brings us to Rabbit.
Yeah, I'm gonna jab my spear or my quarterstaff into the back of this guy's noggin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead and make tackle with advantage because you're flanking.
25.
25 hits.
Dope. That is 14 points of damage.
Nice.
And then can I run over and share with Silas real fast?
Share.
Yeah, I want to stand where Silas is standing.
Yeah. And with your higher level monk abilities, no extra movement is needed.
I just wave. And then I'm going to use my dragon breath in a line.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Great minds think alike. That was my plan with lightning bulb.
Nice. What is
Dwarf on him.
What is the distance on that?
That goes in a 30-foot line.
30-foot line? Yeah, that absolutely hits both of them.
And they both need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Right, for the warlord.
In rough terrain, no.
Ooh. That's a 10.
Nope.
Very low roll. And for the Otyugh, natural 20.
Okay, he'll still take half damage though.
Are dex saves affected by Marsh?
No, it's just difficult terrain. Just takes half your movement.
That
Or double your movement
is
to move.
17 points of radiant damage.
17. For the full.
Yeah, that's the full damage.
Okay.
Uh,
As you breathe radiant fire. And then, so that'll be 8 points to the Otyugh.
yeah.
Nice.
And then I would like to flurry of blows,
Yeah, go for it.
if at all possible.
And you all probably thought that Rabbit was kind of bullshitting earlier when she was like boasting about walking on water. But you see, as she traverses this terrain, it's very like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Like it looks like she is on wires and it's just like tapping the water as it just kind of like ripples beneath her feet.
Are you saying they were on wires in Crouching Tiger?
You have ruined a whole movie for me.
I thought it just looked like
I thought they were like. I thought they did that on stunts. Jesus Christ!
It still stunts if you're on wires.
Yeah.
It's not as stunty.
It's not
It's
as
dangerous.
It's not as cool.
Because then you're relying on other people to.
I'm gonna go to that movie. It's just on wires.
That's what I said when I saw Thanos for the first time.
Yeah. He's not
He's just
really,
on wires.
Just on wires.
His chin is just
look like
wires.
that, yeah.
So I'm gonna whack this thing with my staff.
Yeah, go for it.
That's 21.
21 absolutely hit.
Can I make that a stunning strike?
Fuck yeah, dude. That's a Constitution saving throw, correct?
Yep.
Ooh. That's only a 12.
That fails.
Failure.
Queen Slay.
The thing you made is a failure. I'm gonna say that to every kid I see.
And then
And their parents, I should say.
I'm gonna bounce back around to where I was, flanking with Cholula and the guy.
Okay, yeah, with your movement.
Ooh.
And can I make a called shot on a flurry of blows
Yeah.
attack? Yeah, I fully want to jab this dude in the head.
Okay. Going for a headshot, not. Yeah, going for a headshot will adjust his armor class. Mm-hmm. I'll go ahead and let you know right now, up top, that is going to make his armor class 23.
Dope, but I still get the advantage from flanking, right?
Yes.
That is 29.
Go ahead and roll and make this a crit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Call shot.
14 plus 6 is 20 points of bludgeoning damage. I hope that his helmet is dented and shitty now.
Nice. He's not wearing a helmet, but you think that there might be a nice dent in his hairline.
He loves that hairline.
Oh, now he's mad.
That's all the things
Yeah.
that I can do.
With that, you see the first little hint of blood come down from his nose, and that ends Rabbit's turn and brings us to another legendary action. He's going to whip around and make another great sword attack on Rabbit.
Oh, is he mad?
He didn't like it.
Oh, yeah, I can see how that might.
19 to hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yep.
An additional 11 points of slashing damage from the greatsword. That ends his legendary action and brings us to Aurora.
So, as a restrained human, can one still cast spells?
Are you still restrained if this thing is stunned?
Ooh,
So,
that's- yeah.
yes. Let me do some reading. Stunned creatures incapacitated.
chat's going crazy.
Automatically fails.
So mad.
Automatically fails strength and dex saves.
Okay.
And attack rolls against it have advantage.
Yeah.
Let's look up incapacitated briefly.
It's when you're incapacitated. That's when you're in.
Is he also incapacitated?
Can't take actions or reactions. It doesn't drop what it's holding, though. So you are still being pierced by the spikes. You are still restrained.
But that just means I'm like in his biz, right?
A restrained creature's speed becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
Yeah.
And the creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Yeah.
So you can't move.
Yeah.
And your attack rolls have disadvantage. But you can still cast spells, yeah.
Sick. Okay.
So you've got like one arm free enough to do some somatic components. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
be a jerk about it.
Rad.
Things are bad enough for you guys as it is.
Okay. Aw, hey.
Don't be mean.
But you could
I'm
change
being
that.
realistic.
Cool. I'd like to lightning bolt the big guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
This way.
Dexterity saving throw. He automatically fails dexterity saving throws because he is stunned.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, go ahead and roll damage for lightning bolt.
Smooches.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Grip it and rip it.
9.
What level was this lightning bolt?
I'm gonna do it at 5th level.
Okay.
10. Okay, just double checking. I can't count. Sick.
Whoa.
Okay, so 10. Oh, hey, microphone. 10. 10. Okay.
10.
33 points of damage.
30.
Nice.
Not bad at all.
Heck yeah, dude.
in
Big boy.
stages.
Though he came later in the fight, is starting to look a little rough. You can see large chunks of the creature are sloughing off. You're starting to kind of try and wrap your minds around how the fuck you're going to skin this thing because it looks very much to be gelatinous in nature. But we'll get to that bridge when we have to.
There wasn't any bridges. He keeps saying that.
I can't move. And I use my action, so I imagine I can't try to like pull free. So I think that's my turn.
Correct. Yeah, you would need your action to try and escape the restraint. Rad. That is Aurora's turn, and that brings us to... Let me actually go ahead and mark this so I don't forget. I fully forgot that you were restrained.
Oh, I have it here. But yeah, for your eyes.
I'll just use grapple. All right. Ending Aurora's turn brings us to the Otyugh, but it can't do anything because it's stunned until the end of the start of Rabbit's next turn. So that's going to end the Otyugh's turn and brings us to Silas.
Nito Bandito. I'm going to.
Oh no, the end of my next turn.
Oh, nice.
Can I get within flanking of Cholula?
Yeah, easily. 10 feet of movement there.
Cool. Could I beat it up with my fists?
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
These hands.
All of these attacks have advantage regardless of your flanking because it is stunned.
Neat. Well, I still like it. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was fun for me.
It's fun to gang up on shit with your friends.
Yeah. Until you ruined.
It's fun.
It's fun to beat up some pudding with your pals.
I just like to do hood rat shit with my friends.
Nice put.
Yeah. Let's see it. I'm gonna
You
go
got
out
it.
with the claws.
Yeah.
It's a nat 1 and a 19. 27, I think, is what it comes to.
27 hits for sure.
Claws. That is 9 points, and I did add the +2.
Nice.
And for the second one, I'm going to go with it's the form of the beast's tail, but I'm flavoring it as my shadow coming out instead.
Yeah, just like a pseudopod lash.
Yeah. That's another 19.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And that one's a D8. And then, could I make... I'm going to spend a key point and make that a stunning strike.
It's already stunned.
But would it apply to mine on my next turn?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Then I won't spend the key point.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think you should be able to stack stuns. That feels broken to me.
You have to wait until it's unstunned.
Mm-hmm. I stun it a little more.
That's 10 points of damage for the tail.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna go with a flurry of blows.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah,
Since you won't let
dude.
me have any fucking fun.
Listen, I just feel that if like you get hit and you're a little bit dizzy and woozy, that second hit, it doesn't
16.
make you more dizzy and woozy.
Yeah.
You could get a KO.
16?
That's it.
16 hits.
Y'all, if we ever do Oops All Monks campaign, our group name should be Flurry of Bro.
Yo.
11 points for the first one.
Don't fucking steal that. If I see a flurry
TM,
of
TM,
bros
TM, 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 TM.
anywhere,
What does it look
Looking
like
at you, Matt.
when you punch this giant swamp creature into death?
I like to think like I surface level hit it like a Silas, but then the shadow passes
Yeah.
through it.
Does it goop out
Jujutsu
the
Kaisen.
other side?
Just like
Yeah, just a bunch of shadow punches.
hell yeah. You take the O2 down, leaving the warlord alone.
oh man.
Hello.
I do need to spend that key point. My apologies.
No worries.
And
You still have another attack. You've used 10 feet of movement. Also, it's starting to get later in the day.
no, I don't. Right?
You did one flurry. You did 2 attacks, and then 1 from your flurry, but your flurry of blows gives you 2.
Oh, I
On
only
our
did one
strikes.
flurry, did I?
You got
Well, I'm gonna
all
try to
flurries.
move to the dude
Okay.
if I can and flank with the sword.
Get up near that dude.
You've already used 10 feet of movement. Your movement speed is 45.
Can you climb over a faux creature if it's dead?
Yeah.
Can you like move through
would
its
that make the
space, or do you
terrain-
have to go around?
Would that make the terrain not as rough if I climb its body?
It would still be difficult terrain, but it doesn't change anything.
Can I vault
But you
over
could
it?
go
I
like
think it's-
straight
like,
instead of
so-
going around.
So normally you wouldn't be like, you'd have to be a halfling to be able to do something, to move through a creature space if it's alive. But since it's dead,
Can I
would
vault
argue
over
it
its
just,
body with my strong arms?
yeah, make an athletics check.
Just let me say the words. I prepared that in the mirror this morning.
He says strong arms 3 times to himself every time he wakes up.
24. 16
24,
plus 8.
yeah, it doesn't cost you any movement. You grab on,
His
so
arms are strong.
And you
you
start the day.
strike the creature, you see it going down, you see its tentacle beginning to loosen around Aurora, and as it begins to flail through the air, you actually grab onto the tentacle and use it to vault yourself over the creature, landing on the other side as it dies. And you've got one more attack from your flurry of blows if you'd like to
Hell
strike
yeah.
on the warlord.
Give him a
I
punch.
do. I do want to strike on the warlord. Thank you.
This is feeling very familiar all of a sudden. To when a man was surrounded and his ear was sliced off.
And I'm gonna get another fucking ear, alright?
18 plus 8 is 26.
26 absolutely hits.
And that's a d6 plus 4 on flurry, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
And can I make this one stunning?
For sure.
That is 12 points of damage plus stunning.
Make it stunning. 12 points of damage, you said?
Yeah. 6 plus 4 plus 2. Yes.
All right, Constitution saving throw. Warlord. 19.
It does save.
All right.
The DC 15.
He's not stunned, but he does feel the damage. That ends Silas's turn.
Yeah.
And brings us to top of the round, Cholula.
Did you put the dead body? It's just like a
Oh, yeah, just
word to
blocking
the
everything.
No, it just said bullet for the entire.
Oh, yeah.
audience.
Standing in for OTU, a mini I don't have.
Does anybody?
I mean,
It's a weird
3D
one.
printers, man. There's just these kids and their technology.
Yeah, I need to fix mine. Cholula.
I'm gonna do another short sword stab at this guy, but while I'm doing it, I just want to be like, look, your monster's dead, your ignition failed, why are you still fighting?
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay.
With
Oh,
Because you used one of the magic ones.
Oh, I keep taking away a key point and not hitting apply, so it keeps going
so
back up.
2 11s, which is, what am I doing, persuading?
Yeah.
19 on persuasion.
Wow.
And for
You're
the
so
stab
persuasive.
is a 26.
Oh,
A combination of words. It's a 19 for persuasion and a 26
Actually,
to
I'm going to
stab.
say from that persuasion check, go ahead and roll again for the attack just to see if you crit.
Okay.
Yeah, because you would have also had advantage from all the flanking that's happening.
No, that was a 4.
4, okay. Yeah. But you do see as you say the word ignition, specifically the line of words, ignition failed, he turns and looks at you and you see like genuine shock and confusion, and then you stab him.
Yeah. All right.
What's the face after that?
We'll see.
And we're back at the top, so this is a sneaky.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I don't know if he's gonna be. How does he look? Is he gonna be able to answer me? Should I non-lethal this? I'm gonna non-lethal.
That's up to you.
Yeah, because I asked him a question, and I kind of want to know where the rest of his buddies are.
Or the rest of your bitches.
Where
Just so
your
I recall,
bitch
what
is
was the
at.
question again? I just remembered the part about the ignition failure.
Basically, like, why are you still fighting?
Gotcha.
Oh, your shit failed. Like, what are you doing here? Do you want to die?
Bitch.
Yeah.
Another thing I'm going to say to a kid. Don't.
That is. Stop. 31 points of damage.
Wow.
Yikes. Why are you still fighting, Dad?
He is still
he's
standing,
not.
but you slash up and across his face, and he's not currently wearing a helmet, so you slash up and remove one of his eyes.
Can I catch it?
It doesn't come out.
No!
It's just destroyed in the socket.
Okay, he's definitely gonna want to keep fighting us
Oh,
now.
what a
So
bummer.
he screams in confusion and anger and rage, and at this point in your turn, he's going to use another legendary action to make a great sword attack on you. Mm-hmm. 22.
Yeah.
You take 13 points of slashing damage as the great sword rakes across you, cutting through armor and knocking you back a little bit. Mm-hmm. You still have more turn left. You've used your action and a free action to speak.
Yeah, I'll bonus action dancing sword at his ass.
Fuck yeah, dude.
In his ass?
At his ass. Oh, that's a 4 again. What are you doing?
in your ass.
That's like a 13 or something altogether.
The old
So.
dancing sword.
13.
Does dancing sword get advantage because it's flanking with Silas?
No.
Okay.
Because it's not a guy?
Yeah.
I guess.
It's a friend.
It's technically acting of its own volition.
Well, it's acting as a melee attack from me, but it's whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. You've got him fucking surrounded.
Yeah.
I don't know about this.
So yeah, he slashes across you and seems to have pulled his wits together just enough to see the dancing sword strike coming as he kind of whips around, now fighting essentially 4-on-1 with the dancing sword, even with Aurora, who's no longer grappled.
Yay!
Yeah.
Hard to be grappled when you're dead as shit.
Parries the dancing sword, takes a defensive stance. It's a new round. That's gonna end Cholula's turn.
Yes.
Okay. That brings us to the Warlord. He's going to make his multi-attack. Sorry, I lost a page. I'm back now.
Welcome back.
He's gonna make a multi-attack against Cholula. Because you made him so mad.
Yeah.
I usually lose my temper when I lose my eye. You know that.
Natural 18 will definitely hit. Natural 19 will definitely hit. 23 points of slashing damage. And at the end of his turn, he's immediately going to use another one of his legendary actions to swing again. It's a 16 for the third attack.
I'm gonna cast shield.
Okay. As he comes to strike down again, what does it look like when you cast shield?
I actually lift my sword like I'm gonna parry, and sparks fly off of it and kind of create this just a little shimmery kind of, just like a
Yeah, it just looks like a shimmer. It looks like a shimmer of sparks, but when his great sword collides with it, it is stopped in its place, and you see as the sparks kind of coalesce and brighten around the sword. Less of like a fully covering shield and more of like it disperses to that area to create pressure to stop it, which it does. That ends his turn and brings us to Rabbit.
Yeah, so hearing Cholula try to make this guy speak some sense, I'm gonna grapple him.
Okay, make an athletics check. He is going to...
Do you get advantage on a grapple when you're flanking? Or no?
No,
Okay.
because it's contested roll. 21.
24.
Wow, you're so strong now.
Yeah.
Wow.
17 plus 6.
Yeah.
That math works, right?
23.
Still beat
absolutely.
it.
You got a 12 plus 9, so yeah.
And then I would like to pin him into the mud.
Okay, go ahead and make another athletics check.
splat
Opposed
that
roll.
guy, dude.
I don't think he gets any... yeah, no, he doesn't have any, like, disadvantage or anything on his resistance for this. Oh, fuck. It was like 18, 5. 14.
At 20.
Oh shit.
One of them double Fs.
All
One
right.
of them there fable
One of them.
fires.
Rabbit, as you... What does it look like as you pin this dude who's
yeah.
much larger than you and wearing, like, heavy armor, swinging a massive sword around that's almost the size of you?
So I just kind of like throw my staff like around his neck and like wrench him down, and then I just sort of like take a knee on him. As soon as he's grappled and down, I just like plop my body upon him.
Yeah, you've kind of, like, got your...
She did to Genevieve.
You've kind of like got your arm under his sword arm, grabbing your spear on one side, the other one's behind his back,
Yeah.
pulling it against his neck.
Turn him into a pretzel.
And then you bring your knee down onto the back of his knee, and a little bit of blood splashes out of his eye wound into the marsh.
That's not
as
my
you
problem.
pin
He should
him.
have taken better care of them.
And he is restrained, but you are also restrained.
Yes.
Does that end your turn, Rabbit?
Yes.
All right, that brings us to Aurora.
Hello, hi. I would. Yeah, all right. I would like to get up in his business.
Okay.
Seeing that my friend has him pinned.
Like to yonder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, just a question. So let's say someone were to aim lightning bolt down at the ground. It would go ground, right? Like it doesn't like hit something and then disperse outwards to like, I don't know, my neighboring homies, right? Like that's just
Rabbit would be in danger because she is
on top. Okay, cool.
He's got like metal armor on.
Yeah.
Wearing like watery stuff, but it'd probably be dispersed by.
Yeah, it's magical
okay.
lightning.
But I need to wait until my next turn to be able to communicate to Aurora.
Unless you wanted to use your reaction to do so.
She just used her reaction for shield.
That's true. Yeah, I'll wait.
Then I am going to hold Mind Spike. And if Rabbit is knocked off, so not of their own volition, I'll let it go. Vroom, vroom, vroom.
There's a super cool car outside, guys.
We gotta go look at it.
Right back.
We'll be right back. Oh, it's already gone.
We gotta go fly.
It was so fast too.
Did you hear that? It sounded like a fart.
So if Rabbit is knocked off,
Yes.
then you trigger your Mind Spike.
Yes.
Wonderful. That's Aurora's turn. That's going to bring us to not the OTU because it's dead. Silas.
Hello. He has been restrained. I heard Cholula.
Yeah,
Could
you
I?
see, like, there's like a current struggle between he and Rabbit, but she seems to be in control of the situation.
Could I wrest the weapon from him?
Yeah. This will be another opposed athletics check.
Okay.
But he has disadvantage, correct?
Because he's restrained.
Speed is 0. Attack rolls against him have advantage. And his have disadvantage. He has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's not technically a saving throw or an attack roll. It's an ability check. So, no.
Break his fingers, then do it.
DC is 25.
What?
Rolled a natural 16 plus 9.
You got this.
18 plus 8.
Meets it, beats it.
26. Yeah.
Wait,
Hey.
did I do
Yeah.
my math horribly wrong? I did.
Just by one number.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Silas, you step up, still enshrouded in shadow, and you just grab him by the wrist and squeeze as hard as you can, and you see the shadow tendrils kind of go and dent and reshape his, not greaves, that's legs, his bracers, and his hand just opens, and the greatsword falls to the ground.
I'm gonna like kneel down to his face. You're going to want to listen to Cholula, and I imagine my shadow is like also like mouthing on the side of my face.
Yeah, and actually all of you, as Silas says this, you can hear, like, just beneath Silas speaking, what sounds like 3 whispers, trailing, saying the same thing.
That's upsetting. That's deeply upsetting.
And I will hold my action to crush his throat if anything negative happens. Like if he.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, you do that, grab and probably break his wrist, and then gently place the other hand around his throat, saying this, make an intimidation check with advantage.
Okay. I really wish I had more than plus 0 to that. Feels weird to say plus 0. How do you like the number 8? Because if it's on its side, it's infinity.
Oh, he's the scariest.
Let's see.
Times infinity.
He's so scared he forgot what fear was.
Intimidation. His wisdom is only plus 1. So, if I roll a 6 or lower,
This is going to happen.
that's a 9.
Oh, damn.
Looks like a 6 to
But if
you.
it's upside down.
It becomes a 6.
That's on top.
Fatal Fire dice. They've got dots. All right. So, Silas, you're holding your...
I'm holding a
Second
claw
attack.
to the throat, essentially.
Yeah, I'll allow you to hold a second attack for that business. That's going to bring us back to the top of the round at Cholula. He's grappled. He's been disarmed. He still seems resistant.
We
He's,
just
he's still like struggling.
Yeah. Look, we just want to know where the rest of your friends are hiding. Aurora, if you wouldn't mind helping figure this out.
Oh yeah. Cool.
First,
Oh yeah.
After
Yeah, we're still in initiative.
Oh yeah.
after Cholula's turn is the Warlord's turn.
Laws.
I need one more opposed athletics check from Rabbit.
Yep.
DC is 25.
Ew.
Natural 16 again.
I would like to use a luck point.
Okay. One of the rabbit's feet dangling at the tip of Rabbit's sphere turns to dust.
That is a 17.
17. He heaves and tosses Rabbit, who like falls backwards. You don't fall prone. You do manage to catch yourself and just kind of skid along the water's surface. But he does throw you off of him, triggering Silas's held attack.
And Aurora's mind spike.
And Aurora's Mind Spike, correct.
Was it worth it, fucker?
Hey, we'll see.
We'll find out.
So we'll have Aurora go first because
Right.
that was held first.
On the ethereal plane,
Does
waits
he need
waits a dagger.
Wisdom saving throw, DC 17.
All right. That's only a 15.
I guess he gets spiked.
Like a fucking punch bowl.
These are
In
the
a high
eggs.
school gym.
That's what I'm gonna turn his head into.
It's a Kavoran saying, don't worry.
Yeah. You just gotta roll with it.
It's a high school. It's a magic school in the Rook Mountains of Basker. So don't even worry about it.
Great lakeside parties.
High school.
You said that
But
was
we have quite a raging party in the gym.
Elmo's World.
School.
Really high.
28.
28 points of damage. Nice.
420.
He can never be hidden from me while I still have this up.
Dope. How long does it last?
Up to an hour.
Good to know.
Bitch.
He is still alive.
Okay. Was this advantage or not advantage?
Yeah, because he's absolutely flanked. He's basically surrounded by all of you at this point.
Okay. That's a natural 20.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage, double the dice, add your rage and your strength, and let me know what that number is.
14.
That's 14. He is still standing. As you tear at his throat, he just pulls out from your grip, but you do leave some deep cuts along the sides there.
I imagine there's like, if you're close enough, I think we all are, you hear like a bunch of like whispery complaints from the shadows, like, no, leave that away. Like, just like, hey, yeah, fucking piece of shit.
There's like one at the bottom that's much lower that's just like,
Oh god.
One of them sounds just like Joe Pesci from Home Alone.
he pulls back. He's going to reach down and grab his great sword.
Oh, we just left that to the side. I see.
Nobody specified that they
Yeah.
picked it up or kicked it away.
I figured we were doing well enough that I didn't want to do that.
But you can see as he reaches down, one of his hands is pretty mangled and kind of dangling, but he can still move the grip.
All right,
Grabs
that's another
onto it.
shirt. Mangled and dangled. That's actually not great.
I'm going to make a quick...
We can only put that on underwear.
Because I rolled a natural 20 just now. Which of you... What is everyone's hit points at currently?
No, I'll just take it. I was right in his face.
That's not
I mean,
what he's looking
technically
for.
everybody is right in his face.
He's looking to see who is the weakest.
Oh, that's gonna be me
Oh.
right now. I'm at 10.
10.
Jeez.
He's going to focus.
Probably should have taken a potion while I was talking to him.
He's going to focus his... I'm going to say it took one of his attacks to pick up his sword. So he's going to take one swing on you, Cholula. 16.
Shield.
Shield. Your shield would still be up, actually.
Oh yeah,
'Cause it's
Oh,
the same-
how long
'cause
does
it's
it
just-
stay up?
it's the end of hers,
It's
right?
until
Wait,
your
no,
next
because
turn.
because we cycled all the way through since
Yeah.
the last time. So yeah.
Oh, right.
So
You
okay,
spoke,
yeah, you
yeah.
wouldn't need to cast it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you stop the blade once again with your shower of sparks. He's going to use another legendary action at the end of his turn to swing again. And it is a new round.
His turn ends and then he uses the legendary.
Yes.
So since he ended his turn within 5 feet of me, I'm gonna move 10 feet back.
Because you're a swashbuckler.
Yeah.
You just got your swashbuckled.
Is that affected by difficult terrain?
That's what I'm wondering.
I didn't use any of my movement though.
It would be affected by your difficult terrain. So if you can move up to 10 feet, is that what it says? Because it would take you 10 feet of movement to get 5 feet away currently.
I think it says you move 10 feet away. Usually in these types of things.
Can you read the wording to me?
Trying to remember which thing it is.
It's not fancy footwork, is it?
It might be.
Is this a rogue thing or a shifter thing?
Rogue.
It's a rogue thing.
It's a swashbuckler.
Where is it? Where is it? Where?
Is it not in Panache? No, Panache is a speaking thing.
Ah!
Sorry, I threw some dice.
Bro.
A die.
Oh, it is a shifter thing,
Oh, snap.
right? You can move up to 10 feet as a reaction when a creature ends its turn within 5 feet of you.
As a
Reactive
reaction.
movement doesn't provoke opportunity.
Oh,
You
but
used the reaction
shield
to
is
cast
already
shield.
here.
Oh, okay.
So, legendary action, he's going to swing again.
Okay.
Natural 19
Yeah.
for a total of 28.
Yeah, that hits. Isn't there a... Wait, what is the thing? No, never mind.
You take 14 points slashing damage.
Okay, Cholula is down.
Let me check something really quickly. Okay, that's good to know. That's his legendary action. At the end of his turn, that's going to bring us to Rabbit. You watch as he slashes and Cholula goes down. The sparks just kind of being dispersed by the blade.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and... Okay, so I'm no longer flanking with Cholula.
Correct.
Can I move so that I'm flanking with Aurora or side? I don't either.
Yeah,
Whoever I can flank with.
Also, I think because you go unconscious, your
Yeah.
sword falls down.
No.
What? It just stays there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you sure?
Yeah. We looked at this before, I believe.
Should be on the card.
Right, the card.
I mean, either way, I can stand where the sword stands.
Absolutely, yes.
I'm gonna make another called shot. Once again on his noggin.
Okay.
It stays.
I'm just kind of like a pool cue, just like what?
Yeah. Once again, his AC becomes 23 for the call shot.
27.
That hits.
That's a crit.
That is a crit.
12 points of bludgeoning damage.
He's still standing.
Can I? Who is he facing right now?
Cholula.
Cholula. You see, he is still facing down Cholula, and he is pulling his sword back up for another attack with, like, deft speed.
Can I be where she is? Can I be in front of him?
If you would like to use the rest of your action to fall prone over Cholula, you could give her 3/4 cover, which will make her armor class have an additional +5, I believe. Let me check.
He can't act
Yeah.
right until his next turn. Does he have another legendary?
So I'll go ahead and let you guys know. He has 3 legendary actions that reset at the top of a round. He's used one of those this round.
Yeah, I'm
But-
just gonna.
He can only, and this is what I had to look up, he can't chain them back to back. He can only use them at the end of someone's turn.
Okay.
Okay, no problem. I will do that, and then I will use my bonus action to flurry of blows from the ground, because you can't stop me from beating the shit out of a dude. I'm just gonna use my staff, and I'm just kind of like whacking across his ankles and shins. But I'm guessing that's with disadvantage because I'm on the ground, right?
Because you're prone, yes. Pretty sure. Let me check that actually to be sure. Prone.
People have calves. and I can
Yeah.
reach them.
Yeah, you have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Okay. That is cocked. That is still cocked. There we go. That is 14.
That's a number I like. That misses.
That is not.
I know. I was watching.
That is 14 again.
Yeah, you hit the shin plates, but it's just colliding with steel and doesn't. It's making dents, but he is unwavering in this moment.
Great. Well,
Ending Rabbit's turn, he's going to use another of his legendary actions to swing down at Cholula. What is your armor class? Your base armor class?
16.
16. So with 3/4 cover from Rabbit, your 21 is your armor class.
Okay.
Do you still have shield even if you're unconscious? Okay.
I don't think so.
He gets +9 to these attack rolls,
Jesus Christ.
so he needs to roll a 12 or higher to hit. 13.
shoot ass bitch whore.
That's a critical strike from a melee attack. Cholula, you fail 2 death saving throws.
Very good.
That's his legendary attack, or legendary action. Ending Rabbit's turn is going to bring us to Aurora. You see, just like pure rage on this man's face. Just the eyebrows are turned up, the brow is furrowed and wrinkled, covered in blood. One of the eyes is missing.
Good.
And with uncanny speed, he is just swinging a greatsword like it's a child who picked up a wooden bat and is swinging it down in anger.
That's silly. Okay. So
Just with each swing, he's just like, "You lie, you."
Oh, he's like upset.
yeah,
He's mad.
like-
He's
yeah.
big
He's like biblically
Yeah,
upset.
He's a little, yeah.
Okay.
He's a little peeved.
Heard.
So, in the way that someone else would pop a potion and it be like a bonus action,
You can use your action to feed someone a health potion.
what if I didn't have to feed them that potion and I just have to empty a jar on them?
Are you talking about the ointment?
Yes. Do I have to like rub that in?
You'd still have to feed it to them, because like applying it, you'd have to like carefully apply it to all of her wounds, of which there are many currently.
Can I use my reaction real quick to talk to my friends?
Yeah.
Just focus on beating the shit out of him.
I'm going to die.
I got you.
Cholula is like raising her hands. Is like,
This is a bad idea.
This is 2 failures.
Yeah.
That we're about to lose.
And after
Yes.
her turn, he's gonna hit me again, and I'll be dead.
Is it his turn again after that?
he's
He
got
has
one more
another
legend-
legendary
He's
action.
got one more
Oh,
legendary
fuck
action.
me.
Yeah. Okay. Then I don't have an option. I use my action, and I feed her the ointment, so she is not dead.
Okay.
It's 2d8 plus 2.
Okay, do I roll that or do you roll that?
Oh, I mean, I'll roll it. Like,
Kiss
Also,
the mic.
any diseases that you might have gotten from falling into a marsh with open wounds are cured.
ew.
Which is good, because sepsis.
Yeah.
And there were 3 uses of ointment in that, right? Is that what we said?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Or was it 5?
I didn't write down the ointment.
I have 5 in my inventory,
Okay,
so I'm gonna
we'll go
say
with
it
that.
was 5.
You guys?
I don't think I would have added more. I'm an honest man.
Yeah. I trust all of you implicitly.
So that's 10, 13. Back up.
Okay, fuck yeah, dude.
All right, Cholula, you're back conscious at 13 hit points. You kind of come to with the bitter taste in your mouth, and just as Aurora's pulling her fingers out of them, her hand still on your throat, forcing you to swallow as you kind of are coming to realizing what's happening. Rabbit is throwing herself on top of you and is kicking wildly, or rather like spinning a staff wildly at this dude who still has this sword up in the air and is looking dead in your eyes with fury.
Okay.
That's
your action, Aurora.
Oh no, don't apply to myself. I need to remove you. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's my action. Fuck it. Yeah, the friends can share spaces. I'm gonna get in between this guy and Cholula. I got the AC, and I still haven't used shield yet. Can I wiggle?
So,
Between them?
as was the case with Rabbit as well, I would say you could kind of like throw yourself on top as well.
Okay. I can
That would
cast
give-
from the gown.
That would give Cholula full cover, I'd say, with 2 people on top of her.
Yeah. I can cast from the ground.
Cholula, you feel yourself. It's like you hardly feel the weight of the people on top of you more than you feel yourself being like slowly sinking into the marsh.
We'll get you out of the marsh.
We can help you.
Cholula, you have full cover, which means you can't be targeted directly by an attack or spell.
Well, that's good news. That's good news.
But if he suddenly learns Fireball, we're fucked.
Does that end your turn, Aurora?
Yeah.
All right. At the
I'm
end of your
partying.
turn, he's going to use his last legendary action
Yeah.
this round
Uh-huh.
to bring the sword back with 2 hands, and he's going to try and bring it down on all of you.
I'm on top, so is that me? Is that just me?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, like, if it kills me, could it maybe go through my body?
What is your armor class with shield?
Plus your blades on.
Yeah. Sorry. What is that? Just 10? Armor, but shield is 5, and then blade song is 5. Yeah, so 23.
23. Okay.
That's
So-
a +9.
If he rolls a natural 20 on this attack, his blade will go through you and into Rabbit as well.
Okay.
Otherwise, if he hits that armor class, if you need to expend the spell slot for shields,
Okay.
then it'll just hit you.
Yeah.
5.
Oh,
For a total of 14, which doesn't even hit your armor class, I
Yeah.
don't think.
fuck that guy.
As he's bringing the sword down, you see there's a twinge in his wrist, and he kind of like buckles to the side for a second, and it just digs into the earth. Cholula, you actually feel the displacement next to you as the blade sinks about probably 8 inches into the marsh.
Can I use a sentinel reaction to hit him?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Actually, I'm going to say, because you are fully covered under 2 people, you probably can't attack anyone right now.
Damn.
Because you're being compressed into marsh.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. It was to save your life.
That's okay.
Strength training. That ends Aurora's turn, and his legendary action brings us to Silas.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch him with a shadow.
Fuck yeah.
Could I get within flanking if that's still a thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know we've
Be
moved
flanking with
on,
Aurora and
but
Rabbit.
for future, would I be able to use the dancing sword instead of my own armed swords for
Yes, because it's a melee attack.
that? Okay, tight.
18.
18. 18 just hits. Yeah,
Okay.
because this is armor class with plate.
This is tail.
What's your tail look like?
It's a
Just a shadow
it's just
tail?
a shadow.
Yeah, it's like
person.
a,
But is
like
it like a-
pseudopod of shadow, like a little like goopy looking tendril that just
Yeah.
kind of.
It's form of beast, but I've flavored beast to be like instead of claws, it would be like other shadow hands. Like,
Yeah.
I like
But
to
like,
think
what
it's
would
like
a
a-
shadow tail look? I mean, is it like lizard, like Charmander shaped?
It's just
or-
a guy.
It's a guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of the tail, it's just a guy.
Okay.
Like it's the shadow
A guy
extends
that's
away
behind
from
you
him.
and
Yeah.
like, okay.
I like to think he just like
Cartwheel
stretches up
kicks.
out of the ground and like collides and then
Because
collapses back.
there's a reaction block
Comes out of your butt.
with the tail too. Like I can
Silas,
add a V8. to
Silas
my
has become
AC.
Noob Saibot.
Yes.
6,
Yeah, get a fatality on this guy.
12.
12 points of damage.
Yes.
We just watched all of the Mortal Kombat stuff the other day too.
He had 5 hit points left. How do you kill him?
I think like Silas kind of goes into like a bit of a deeper rage, but like the shadows just leave his body and the shadows just like carry this guy up. Like Silas doesn't have any shadows on him; they just like go to the guy.
You all see just like a group of shadows of Silas coalesced together, arms stretching out, and they lift the dude up off of the ground and pull, and just he turns into pieces.
Oh, fancy. Wow.
Wow.
That's so quirky.
which then fall
Crazy girl.
along the marshland. You're crazy.
Crazy girl.
And that is where we'll drop combat. And we're going to take a quick 20-minute break. We'll be right back to recover from that combat and see...
It's not like that guy took a break. Because he's dead and in pieces.
Because they broke him into pieces. To enter for your chance to win this wonderful set of mystery pre-painted miniatures from Wild Beyond the Witchlight, provided to us by our wonderful sponsor and local comic book shop, More Fun Comics and Games, go ahead and type the word HUNT in the chat. That's HUNT, H-U-N-T, to enter for your chance to win this lovely prize. Let me know if you heard what I just said. Or if I need to say it. I see entries rolling in. You guys got it. We'll be back in 20 minutes to see the stunning conclusion of this encounter and see what the next one holds. We'll see you soon.
Oh, man.
Welcome back, everyone. Before we hop back in, we have a giveaway to announce. The winner of the More Fun Mystery Pre-Painted Wild Beyond the Witchlight mini giveaway is... Ink LLC! Congratulations! Congratulations,
There's stuff in the box.
Ink LLC. If you're still with us in the chat, let us know if you want us to open it on stream. We'll have Miranda do an unboxing at the end, if you would like, or if you want to save the mystery for yourself, that's fine too.
I'm getting better and better at removing that tape, but like pristinely.
Mm-hmm.
Swamp gas balloon.
Ooh.
Every single time I see that, I just want like the swamp waterbenders from Avatar
Right?
Yeah.
in
Those southern
that
boys.
balloon.
Yeah.
Get those boys a balloon.
Get them in the balloon.
I like how they did like the...
All right. To enter for your chance to win this beautiful set of Fablefire dice, the Blister dice. Beautiful, like orange and red and a little bit of tasteful glitter. Looks like an explosion inside of your dice before your eyes. With black letters. They're super cool. I handmade them. I sanded them myself, I think. Yeah, I sanded Blister because you wanted to sand Infernal Legacy.
Same dice.
Nope.
You guys shared
Not
Santa.
the
It's not true. Infernal Legacy had gold numbers and Blister has black numbers. So to enter for your chance to win, type the word bits in the chat. That's B-I-T-S, like the bits that the Silver Stake Man was turned into in that fight just now.
Hand loading.
All right. So, the Mistwalkers find themselves a little worse for wear, standing in the marsh with the moon high in the sky.
Before we stand, actually, in the marsh, as soon as I realize that he did, before they have a chance to get up off of me, I'm going to squeeze them both.
I'm gonna slide a potion into her hand.
I'm going to drink it.
Yeah.
It is a potion of healing. It is
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I'm just gonna have my back to them, just like breathing so heavily
Yes.
as like the shadow like recedes.
Yeah, and like blood has just rained down on you. Wishing you had another of those prestidigitations about now.
That's just 8 points of healing.
Nice.
Why did I get a whole blanket of trash if it wasn't going to be for anything? It's just sitting over there. It's sinking slowly into the mud.
Well, we didn't know that it had a friend.
It felt like a good idea at the time.
Well, there's plenty of water to wash off with.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to figure out. Well, I'm going to grab the mask out of that dude's pouch,
I'm searching stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make an investigation check.
pack that, and then I'm going to try to figure out how to skin this swamp creature.
Yeah, make a nature check.
Okay.
Actually, this is an aberration. Make a medicine check.
I'll go help. Absolutely.
Yeah, with advantage.
Could I take
17.
a look at that ring that he was putting on to see if it was fancy?
Yeah, you walk over just as Silas is pulling the ring off of a discarded finger. He hands it back to you. You also find a.
When my hand moves away, my shadow's still holding it, and I'm like digging.
You also find a satchel containing 30 gold pieces, as well as a great sword, and the ring.
Great sword.
That's a 17 on medicine.
17, nice. Yeah, you see there is kind of like a thin, filmy skin, but with the help of Rabbit kind of stretching it back, and you've prepared many a beast and skinned many a carcass in your day as a cook, you very carefully, with your sharpest knives, just remove this kind of like almost membrane from the outer layer, just leaving this weird kind of like bulbous fat and muscle that overlaps itself.
Okay.
And you end up getting a good like probably 4 yards of membrane. If you want to
nice.
add
We can
4
make an
yards of
umbrella.
membrane to your, I love that word, to your inventory.
Could I also? Would it be possible to chop one of these tentacles and like wrap it up like a cable?
Easy, yeah. It's pretty thick, but I would say you could probably get just like the spiky end of it.
Okay.
I'm gonna chop his head off with the great sword, and then I'm gonna put the great sword on my back.
The silver stake guy or the creature?
The silver stake.
Oh, his head is off.
Well, I thought you said it was like.
It was pieces. It was like 8 hands. Like one was on his head, one was on his arms. It kind of like ripped his torso in half, and then like the head has like a little bit of neck left.
Okay. Dump out the blanket of trash and put his head in that.
Yeah, and I think as a barbarian, because you've multiclassed, you can actually use that greatsword.
Like, hold it with one hand. Not as like that's not how I'm gonna do it. But just like.
It is not.
Put it back.
It's not +1 or anything, but it is silvered.
Oh. Wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'll add that to this inventory as well.
Yeah. So, with your membrane collected and the surprise Silver Stake member offed and his mask in tow,
Surprise!
you guys begin making the trek back to Mossendale?
Yeah.
All right. It's pretty quiet. You hear the croaking of several amphibious creatures throughout the marshes on your way back, but it's relatively peaceful. There's that nice kind of glimmering, shimmery sparkle of the swamp gases as they kind of come out in a light. A few that look a little suspicious in the distance, but you know what direction you're headed, and you continue on. The guards, now familiar with you going in and out at this portion of the gate, let you in.
Who do I turn this into? My guy's head.
Oh, hang on. And I'll grab the mask and put it.
Oh, right.
It's upside down. It's upside down.
Sorry.
We don't need the head. Feel free to discard
But
that
he
in the
brought
marsh.
it all the way here.
That's fine. That's fine.
It doesn't count for extra?
I thought.
I don't think so. I know there were.
Head.
Oh, I mean, there were postings about masks for sure. I saw that one.
Anyone can make a mask.
I mean, if you want to hold on to it, keep it in your pouch. Maybe if you go back by the listing board, there might be an address you could stop by.
Oh, we can just leave it by the board.
That's not one that was posted by the guard, so I might suggest affixing the mask to it so there's not any confusion.
Well,
You know, just in case somebody
glue.
finds you walking around with a
Do we
severed
need
head and has some
glue?
questions.
I think that somewhere there's going to be a purpose, a greater purpose for that. I'll try to fix the mask to the face.
Yeah,
His
easily.
jaws-
It's got straps
His jaw is
Okay.
kind of
made to fit.
hanging below.
Well,
Didn't somebody just get some string?
You see one of the guards to the side is like, right, well, in with you.
Do either of you know prestidigitation? I'll deal with it inside.
You make your way back inside. It is pretty late in the evening. Most shops have closed up for the night. But what is your plan? Are you dropping back by the posting board?
what are the details on the posting about the masks?
Yeah, it was to say we deliver this somewhere. I can't believe just masks seems like you could just be like a
Yeah, we could
talented
just-
craftsman and you could just make
Oh, I
masks.
see.
It does list an address at 12th and Wick.
Or what if you find, like, wherever it is that they bought their masks from, and then you just...
Yeah, I imagine you have some left over because no one's around anymore.
There's an address, but other than that, not really anything.
I'd also
else
say
is
it lists like sun up to sundown.
Yeah. I think it may be, too late to.
We can do it in the morrow. The skin? He seems like a night owl.
Oh yes, we could take that
We could see
to
if he's still awake and then.
Herschel, and maybe we'll just leave the head. Unless you want to keep it on, yeah.
That was not a normal Silver Stake member, right? Like, that was a bit different.
I think so. Yes.
Quite legendary, I'd say.
Fucking legend.
I mean, look at him.
I like the way that his jaw goes back and forth when you do that.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I guess we wouldn't know unless we find a couple of them, but he could have been specific. If he was wandering around alone, it leads one to think that perhaps there's others nearby, right?
I mean, they could.
He seemed
potentially be
surprised
here.
at what Cholula said, right? About the ignition. He seemed upset by that.
Yes,
Like
I
he
don't
didn't
think
know?
I don't think anyone that wasn't there would know, and they all got incinerated. So
How can you think that the ignition was successful when an ancient giant tree goes dark, right?
I feel like that was probably the signal, wouldn't it
The
be?
ignition and something goes dark.
But
we
it
can-
is ignited because it was incinerated, correct? So there would have been some sort of flame or something, right?
I mean, in theory,
We were inside.
most of the people involved weren't told precisely what was going to happen once the ignition was completed. Just that had to happen, that something would go on in Rovenghoul. And something did occur in Rovenghoul, it just wasn't finished. So, probably anybody who wasn't there.
The ones that did know what was supposed to happen, that we went in and relieved them of their duty, do you think that they would have hung around if they knew? They would have known that the entire place was going to be incinerated. Maybe the two of them had the smarts to get out.
I mean, if they were indoctrinated,
But we
They
might
didn't
have-
seem, because we
Yeah.
tried to do the whole Silver Stake greetings, and they were like, what? Like they were in with the Fae and not with this.
But when
the
we told
cult.
them to go, like, have a good time, they were like, sure. You know, they didn't seem like put off by that, right? I don't know. I don't care. Fuck them.
I mean, we're
Are we
trying
close to
to
the house?
determine not because we especially want to know what their motives are, but because we might be able to prevent something worse later
Right.
if we know what they were aiming for and who was there. But right now, we kind of just have to run around and go, ignition, right? Sucks that didn't work out. And then when they get really angry, we know that they are Silver Stake, and then we punch them until they answer us.
I'm gonna put the head back in the bag. I think it's something for another time. Maybe later this evening. Knock on the door.
We can pull out our mind maps.
There's a brief pause. You hear a voice call from the other side.
Yeah,
Herschel,
yeah.
we've got the parts of the O2.
You hear several locks being undone. The door creaks open. You see the familiar Cloud Genasi man standing there.
Morning.
Come in.
Right? Interesting.
Closes the door behind you. Once again, starts making you all tea without asking. Brings it over to you and your seated places around his little living space.
How is
Has
it?
a seat himself. It's pretty good, actually.
Well, let's see him, yeah.
So, about 4 yards of membrane, and
I'll help, stretch it out with you.
the spiky part of a tentacle.
Nice, nice.
And this one seemed to be controlling it.
Oh,
Yes, you didn't see anyone else around when the attack happened, did you?
Chain around it, maybe.
no.
Well,
It's not at the time. I just saw the tentacles. Saw my son go down. I got the hell out of there.
Yes.
Good job, good job.
Well, yeah.
Well done. Should I? Well,
He kind of looks up for a moment, thinking to himself,
tea is excellent, by the way.
I did you a favor of splitting this up for you while you was gone.
He hands each of you a pouch containing 175 platinum pieces.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Just need to go ahead and add this.
We each got some?
Yeah, he gave each of you 175 platinum. So 1750 gold for a total of 7,000, correct? 1750 times 4. That's... Dear God, why? Why? Yes, 7,000.
I'm just gonna hand mine off to either Cholula or Silas, whichever one of them takes it first, because we're all buying one thing. So.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather not.
Well, you all do good work.
Alright.
You ever looking for more work, you come see Herschel.
Mr. Herschel, while we have you, might I ask a question?
Yeah,
Do you get out often?
time to time.
Out and about? I heard that there were some rumors of some sightings near Altanen of, I don't know, a large flying lizard-like creature. Have you heard anything about that?
Like a dragon or
Something like
like
it.
a wyvern?
You know,
They got wings, could be a drake.
it just being hearsay, I don't know precisely what variety we might be working with.
I ain't heard the rumors myself.
I figured you hadn't since you were asking clarifying questions.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's a dragon, that's a dangerous tangle. They're quite intelligent. Mm-hmm. Shiny ones, nicer than others. Private though.
Sometimes they're nice.
Colorful ones, not so nice. Unless you got something to offer, something they like.
Like a bunch of constituents. Right? They like being worshipped.
I reckon.
Alright. Thank you.
Drakes and Behere's a little different. Ain't got no wings, not quite so intelligent. And Wyvern's basically a glorified chicken.
That's a big chicken.
Good for riding, though. If you could train one, get him young.
I have an equally important question. It's two, actually. Can you burn this blanket? And can I be prestidigitated in this house?
Sure.
Sure to which one?
Kind of like, there's like a gust of wind that rises up from you, from his innate kind of like air and water genasi mixture that rises all of the liquid filth off of you and then like out of a small crack in the window, which he then closes and latches.
Okay.
I'll burn the road later.
Yeah. That was a blanket.
Well, unless anyone has anything else, we'll get out of your hair. I know it's late.
Of course. Well, you find yourself in Marshes looking for work again, you come see old Herschel.
Yes, of course.
Enjoy your evening.
He opens
Give
the door.
Herschel a hug before we leave.
He accepts but does not reciprocate.
That's fair.
I chug the tea.
Oh yes, the tea. I
he's
like drink it over.
Yeah,
his
he's like
shoulder.
taking the plates away from you as you're finishing.
It's good tea.
Thank you. Go with myself.
What is that?
We're doing the goodbye thing.
It's
right?
a black tea.
Right. I just run away.
Yeah, you all exit out the door. You hear several locks being latched behind you as you do.
Nice fellow. Good tea. It's not bad. He said black tea, right? Just something else going on there. Maybe
So,
lemon?
back to the dry bean. Tomorrow will be day 4, if I'm correct, which
Right.
means our items should be
My umbrella.
all set.
All right.
And then we can, I guess, first thing we can go by this other address and give them a head of a man, and then we'll grab our things and head to Altanen.
I wonder if the person asking about silver steakheads would maybe know something about where. Well, he wants masks. We're bringing a head. I think we should get paid extra. We went to the effort. Anyway, I wonder if he would know something about
where the Silver Stake are currently.
I mean,
Could just be someone looking for vengeance.
yes, it depends on who it is, I guess.
It could
There's
be.
a possibility that they know, but they can't do anything, so I feel like if they knew and they wanted him this bad, they'd be out there doing it themselves.
But maybe they're like weak
Possibly.
and sad.
They could just be like regular people, you know?
Just some guy. Or
They could
girl.
just be yeah. Old
Or
guy.
they. Or anybody.
I
Could
could
be
use
anyone.
some sleep. I
Right.
don't know if you saw my shadows multiplying and talking, so I'm very tired, and
Yes.
I don't want to think about it anymore.
Okay.
It's fine. No, it's fine.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
You all head back to your rooms in the dry bean. and
Do
get
we
a-
need to like deposit some more cash to keep these rooms?
No,
Okay.
you've handed Strand like, I think like somewhere around 70 gold,
I don't know, man.
and
I
it's
just keep
five
passing out-
silver a night,
I
so
just keep passing out platinum.
you're covered.
Bottle?
Beer. And the alchemy jug is filled with beer.
Did you maybe command soap and water before you?
I mean, I cleaned it after the piss disappeared.
You cleaned it?
It's
It
been
got
3 days.
cleaned.
I think it only hangs around for like 12 hours or something.
It doesn't really like linger around. It's magical piss.
Piss doesn't linger around.
It's
does
not
it?
real
I'm
piss.
just like walking up the stairs.
Do you
somewhere-
want the beer?
I want
Somewhere,
beer.
someone who days ago had to pee and then suddenly didn't is now like, oh god.
Yeah, just like at an opera.
Law of equivalent exchange. Everything comes from somewhere.
Whose beer is this?
Yes, cheer.
There's a very sad group of dwarves somewhere in Kavora.
God, if they ever found out.
Do you have cups? Can you demand cups for this thing?
Do I have cups? I'll go
That should be
downstairs.
part
I'll
of your,
ask
like,
downstairs.
mess kit, right?
Oh, we do all have mess kits. You're correct.
Yeah, you got some like 10
I
cups.
pour the beers.
All right. You all treat yourself to some beers before retiring for the evening.
It tastes like many beers mixed together.
Yeah.
You did kind of vaguely just beer. It's like all corners of the earth lost a little bit of beer.
Yeah, it's strange. It's like slightly hoppy, but there's also a weird kind of like umami to it, almost like a mushroomy
That's from the mist.
taste.
Is that anything like
Why would you do this stuff?
You already did that one.
That's so good.
Somebody can make an insight check. Silas, I'd say you can make this with advantage.
Ooh. 12 plus, I think it's 8.
Your
Nope,
insight is so
it's 19.
19. Yeah, you don't know distinctly the type, but you do know that umami mushroom flavor comes from dwarven ale, which is actually
I go on about it like an uncle that knows one thing.
I just keep pouring beers and
he
drinking
keeps,
beers.
Yeah, and he keeps telling you all about how dwarven alcohol is so much stronger because they distill it from mushrooms because barley doesn't grow under the mountains and yada yada yada. No one cares.
It's also a perfect place for beer to be stored because it's dewy and it's also a bit dark and damp. It's wonderful beer. I'm losing you. I'm going to light a candle and go to bed.
You can all go ahead and take the benefits of a long rest as you sleep within the protected walls of Mossendell comfortably. Anybody want to check anything out before bed?
Yeah. Can I spend like just one more hour before bed to learn this polymorph?
You have also had
Yeah.
3 days worth of long rests.
That's true. A lot of that has been searching, but you have had, the long rests that you could be working on things in downtime as well.
I learned polymorph.
Oh shit!
I was
Fuck
gonna say,
yeah, dude. You can add that to your spells known. Do you want to, since it only took you an hour, you can still get the benefits of a long rest. If you wanted to, you could also take a look at that ring.
Sick. Yes, I really would.
Yeah. So, it's an interesting piece. Seems to have been custom made somewhere. This is a ring of Dominate Monster that has 2 remaining charges. And you get the sense that when those 2 charges are spent, the ring will no longer function.
Sick. And you said it was 2 charges left?
Mm-hmm. And it allows you to cast the spell Dominate Monster.
Oh, snap.
In the morning, you all awaken and reconvene. Feeling much more rested, your wounds starting to heal up quite a bit. What's the plan?
To deliver this head mask?
Masked head.
Yes.
I had a good bath, in case anyone was wondering.
You don't smell nearly as offensive.
I would like to also have taken a bath after laying down in the marsh.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and they're available at the Dry Bean. It's a full
Y'all not
service.
been mentally taking baths.
I did like a little like scrub behind the ears and then I moved on with my day.
That sounds right.
Yep.
All right, you make your way towards. Excuse me. You make your way towards the listed address, 12th and something I forget.
It's just like hanging off of my belt now.
Oh,
'Cause
publicly.
Yeah, I burned the blanket.
Oh, right.
You have a pouch.
Yeah.
Okay.
That dude was something else.
Okay. You all make your way to the written address. Mask still on the head? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, you get some looks, but mostly they are looks of, like, nods of, like
that
nicely
little baby.
done. Yeah. Yeah, you get a couple of, like, raised fists of solidarity. You make your way to the address. There's an interesting figure standing out front behind a table. There's a couple of other masks and some holy symbols on the table, as well as, you presume, some coin tucked underneath, a couple of guards at his side. But the man there is a very interesting type of earth genasi who looks to be almost made of bronze. Fully bald on the top, head glistening in the midday light, and wearing leather armors. He looks out at all of you as you approach. Hello.
Hello. This was in the marshes.
Ah, wonderful. Takes the head, like not even batting an eye, just like removes the mask, sets the head to the side, and is kind of like looking over it. Interesting.
How does it look compared to the other masks that he has sitting out?
Make a perception check.
How many masks does he have sitting out?
About 5.
About 5. Did you catch the rest of these yourself?
23.
No, these were brought to us by other adventurers like yourselves.
Do you know where they were brought from?
Not specifically. Would you like to inform me of where you retrieved this one?
The marsh.
Yes.
That is to be expected. North of here, south of here, we're surrounded by marshlands.
South of here, we exited the gates.
It was north.
Yeah, like northwest.
Yeah, northwest.
Northwest.
Seems to be where most are coming from when they tell us.
23.
23. You notice that there are variations to the masks. They're all like a white porcelain depicting the same kind of face, but the gold inlays are different. Some of them have more lines than others. Some of them don't have any lines. The one that you brought in particular has 4 across it.
Okay.
Looks down at the mask. Interesting. This one give you some trouble, did he?
Yes, absolutely. Do you know anything about what the different markings mean?
Yes, they appear to signify rank. Seems like the more gold lines there are, the higher in rank. I've never actually seen one with 4 lines before. We don't list this on the flyer because we don't like to encourage young and impressionable adventurers to go out after more dangerous foes.
Right.
But we do offer better prices for higher ranked members.
Oh.
This one looks like he may have been some sort of leader of a squadron. For all we know, he could have been the one who helmed the attack on Mossendale. Good work in bringing him down.
Thank you.
This one will give you 500 gold. He places a sack with small sack with 50 platinum pieces in it.
Have you happened to hear any rumors of where there might be some remaining hideouts or clusters?
From what reports we've received, they are still sprinkled and scattered among the marshes around us. Though I would wager their numbers are thinning, we've been brought at least 35 masks since the attack.
What do you know of
We've got just these 6 this morning.
the events on Rovengul?
Events on Rovengul? I wasn't aware that it was inhabited.
Oh, that was a bit of their headquarters, and we sacked it, if you could say.
Out of curiosity, what is your relation to the Silver Stake? I don't mean to ask whether or not you're in it. I mean, for what reason are you in charge of the retrieval of masks?
I think she wants to know what your interest is.
Well, I'm a noble of Mossendale, of House Racus, and my particular station has me overseeing the city guard.
Oh, so you're somebody who, is very well connected to the community.
You could say that, yes. I'm in charge of their safety.
So if a group of people was trying to maybe help sort of go track down the Silver Stake and, make everything more safe in general, it would be also in your interest to help them do that if you were to find anything out.
Of course, and I'd reward them amply when they've brought proof of their deeds, as we've done here.
I don't mean asking you to...
He kind of shoots a look at you, Silas.
I don't mean to ask you to give us more money. That's not necessarily the point. We're the Mistwalkers. We're adventurers. God, how do you do this? You talk like it doesn't matter to you at all. We're the Mistwalkers.
You're doing great.
We're a group. Thank you so much. We're a group of adventurers. And
I can see that, yes.
we got tied up with the Silver Stake by some way, shape, or form, and we are currently trying to figure out what they're currently up to, where they currently are, and how many of them know what the actual goal was in the very first place.
I see. I don't have the answers that you seek.
No, I understand that having all of those answers would be silly and ridiculous.
I know that they are a cult of fanatics who seem to worship science over gods, which to each their own, but when that brings you to attack any peoples that have any sort of association with natural magics, it becomes my problem.
Correct. It is also our problem.
Indeed. You look to be a bit magical yourselves, most of you.
So,
That wasn't my choice.
what we're
Well,
getting...
those of you with Fey ancestry are going to have more of a rough go of it than the others. That's for certain.
Which is funny considering the Fae that was sort of leading
interesting.
their whole thing. But the ignition failed, which when I told this warlord or
I
whatnot,
have no reference for what it is you speak of.
Right, what if we share information? Shared information would help you as well.
Indeed.
Protect your
Do
city.
you have numbers? Do you have factions, hideouts?
Do you
Do
have
I
it the evening?
do I have an estimate of about how many people were in that town in Rovengul? Because we went to the end of it, right? The
Yeah, you went
lighthouse
you went
was-
through the center, and then walked around the radius after it had been incinerated. Make a history check to try and recall.
Okay.
You see, on the Isle of Rovengul is, again, like I said, their headquarters, and there is a bunch of corpses. I'd say burnt corpses now, right?
Were there corpses? Were there bodies?
I think there's ashen, right? Either way, there's ample evidence of experimentation. Logs of it. Did we not keep that book?
No, I think we kept the book.
We did.
Don't you have the book?
That's an 8 on history. Very good.
There are
Lots
definitely
happening.
there are definitely more than 100 people there.
There was an entire town of people, Silver Stake, but not all just warriors. There were, families and children in there around the tree. What do you call it? The tree of life, the tree of light.
The life tree of
Life
Rangul.
tree, right? Which is dead, by the way.
Yeah.
They incinerated it, along with everyone in the town surrounding. They made some sort of
Sigil?
runic circle around the entire thing, sort of like digging trenches, and performed some sort of spell, but it was botched.
As you go through and give him the rundown of
Yeah.
everything that you saw, go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Okay.
I'll show him the book.
Yeah, you show him the book that has, it still has the letter inside of it, that I have here somewhere.
19.
19, not bad.
Can I have also tucked the letter? I feel like
It's from the assessment hall.
having a book. We have the other letter
Yeah.
about the shit.
Yeah. He's on it.
It's the same one.
It was in the book, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have the ledger, which doesn't tell you much. It just has a bunch of lines that say subject numbers, and some of them are crossed out and some of them are not.
Just
It could
corroborating
mean,
what I was
yeah,
saying.
it could mean anything. However, tucked inside of that is a note that reads, "All remaining successes are to be transferred to the lower chamber. You may then rejoin your families in the Silvered Hearth to celebrate the ignition." He looks over these documents.
I'd like to also hand him the one that talks about Subject 17 and the elders and destroying evidence and the lighthouse and all of that shit.
Interesting.
I do want that back.
Yeah, if we could keep the originals, maybe you can send birds to other strongholds or something of that nature.
Will you be in town for a moment?
A bit.
We
bit
could
longer.
be.
Not
I'd like to have some of my scribes make some copies of these.
Is
for
there
my own
where I'm
research.
Rabbit, by the way. This is Aurora.
Tallulah Duvet.
Silas.
Pleasure to meet all of you. I'm Lord Thaddeus Rackus.
Lord Thaddeus.
Shit, he Thad.
With two D's.
What's the last name?
Rackus. Rackus. Rackus.
Okay.
Bring the motherfucking rackets.
We're staying right now at the Dry Bean.
Wonderful. I shall have these delivered back to you there. I assure you they will be in pristine condition, as pristine as they are. He looks down at the note that you handed him that's got, like, Mind Flayer blood on it. He hands it off to one of his guards at his side, who takes it and begins heading off, or actually just turns around and heads into the building behind him.
Are there any other holds that are working with you on figuring some of this out? Any other cities, lords, ladies,
We should be networking this information.
dames,
We've
dukes?
sent,
Working in a net, that is.
yes, we've sent messengers, couriers, as it were, to seek the aid of Galadorn, the nearest city. But that is as far as we've extended our searches now. Are you insinuating that this could be potentially global scenario? That,
Yes.
that
More than
perhaps
certain, yes.
all of Mystanor could be facing these attacks currently?
They're definitely also in Windfell.
What is your... What is everyone's insight bonus?
Insight bonus
Mm-hmm.
+6.
+7.
+2.
It's 2
+5.
plus 5. I'm gonna go with Silas. At the mention of this being a potentially global occurrence, or at least all across Mystanor, probably global. You guys encountered Silver Stake in Waterdeep, and were actually almost recruited by them there. you see this kind of like flash, just the briefest flash. And Silas, you're the only one that sees this, of just pure ambition across this man's face for a moment, kind of like coming to this you see the realization happen in his eyes of like, we could be at the forefront of this initiative to fight back. I could be at the forefront of this initiative. I could be the one who unites Mystanor. And you see like, as if you were to see like a king's crown glint across his eyes ever so briefly before he blinks and composes himself. And then he looks up. Justifiably suspiciously. Not suspicious, but cautious. I'll have my scribes transcribe what you've given me. I'd like to have another meeting with you. You say you're staying at the Dry Bean.
Yes.
Yes.
You've got a lovely pork belly there.
They do.
You should try it before they cook it.
How long are you in town?
We had planned on leaving today, but if you'd like, I feel like this is an important meeting to have, especially if you have resources to help get them under control.
Where do your travels take
you?
you?
I use the ring real quick?
Yeah.
Someone should go with them to... Someone should go... It's so much easier in character, and that's disturbing to me. Someone should go along with the scribes and make sure that the evidence is safe. I'll tell you about it later.
You know, I've always wanted to see where a lord works. Could I come with you to deliver all of these papers?
My guard's just taking it inside, but...
So it doesn't bother you if I follow them
you
then,
see
and
the
I
man-
just chase.
As you begin chasing, you get just around to the side. The other guard has stepped around and is starting to block you, and you see the door opening, and that guard is returning. He holds up a hand at his guard. If you would let me finish, please. I would be more than happy to let you attend as my scribes make their copies, though it is quite tedious and boring work.
I love tedious and boring work. This is Silas. He's one of my closest and only friends.
How quaint. Please, guards, escort her inside. Enjoy your time. And
I'd love to. Thank you.
And don't take anything while you're there. Keep eyes. The guard nods and follows you inside.
So, what's your name? What's your...
Just trailing off.
Do you like it here?
I'm Gerald.
It's nice to meet you, Gerald.
It pays. You guys go inside the door. He leads you through a beautifully, like, especially compared to the one, I guess, like, you've been inside the Dry Bean and one residence, which is like a little one-room cottage. This place is much more lavish, and there are, like, various artifacts on display. Nothing that appears, like, magical in nature, but you assume they probably have some kind of historical significance to Mossendale or something. Who knows? They look pretty. They're all well-crafted. Some nice pottery. A couple of really cool-looking swords that are mounted and, like, lit by arcane light on the walls, casting these, like, brilliant shadows up onto the ceilings.
So, your boss. He seems nice.
Lord Thaddeus is very agreeable. He leads you into a room where you see a younger tabaxi, actually, with kind of leopard print and a little, like, light scar under the right eye, who's seated there. You see your documents open next to them, and they have several sheets of parchment that they're very, like, carefully copying. Not even, like, not so much just, like, writing down the words that are written inside, but, like, taking care to try and mimic the pen movements, or the quill movements, I should say.
Like Da Vinciing it? Like, two-timing?
No, they're just doing the one.
Okay.
But they're taking great care to make sure that it is almost like a pristine copy, barring the stains of the originals. And it's pretty boring. They're just sitting there,
No, that's fine. Do they have
essentially making a
Finnish?
forgery.
Like, have they, like, already enveloped any of them?
No.
Okay.
They're just making copies one at a time. The rest of you outside, Thaddeus looks up.
We've gathered that there may be a stronghold in parts of Altanen of Silver Stake, and we intended to leave here today to get there and see if we could root them out, find if the rumors are true. But we can wait another day or two.
Well, it might take a couple of days to get my copies made, and with the Silver Stake in the surrounding area, we'll definitely need extra copies and send out extra couriers to make sure that our messages make it via different routes.
So once you make one copy, you can just kind of return the originals.
Of course.
Can I activate the ring from where I'm at? It's a 3-mile radius, right?
10
I think
miles.
it's 10 miles.
10 miles. As I'm sitting there, probably losing my mind with boredom, because this is not a rabbit-approved activity.
Yeah, it's been 3 minutes.
Yeah. I'm beating my head against a wall. I'm just gonna
Please
say,
stop doing that.
no, it's fine. This is how I enjoy things.
You're gonna knock the books off of the shelf. He's like,
Is that knocking?
I'm just gonna say to my group, should we suggest that maybe we deliver these to other lords and whatnots? That way we can guarantee that they make it and we know what people are thinking.
We can try.
Just call us an
Also,
advanced courier service.
we can try through the ring, and then out loud to Lord Thaddeus.
Marcus.
Rakos.
We have a few connections around Mystanor from our travels. I know you said you are connected with someone in Geladorn, but
We've sent scribes. I wouldn't say that we are cooperative yet.
Oh.
But we are not in a state of war.
right. Well, we know a couple of higher ups in Lugrieve, as well as the dean and the College of Wiltbloom.
And Waterdeep.
And we also have the sway of the people in the small town of what the fuck is it called?
Bluegrieve?
The little town where we met Ren and took the boat from.
Oh, Welliston.
Wellston.
I've not heard of this Welliston. But I am familiar with Wiltbloom. It is
Not so much a town.
It is Wiltbloom, however, is renowned across Gavora. I've heard they've had a bit of trouble with their deans lately.
Yes, that was...
A part of our investigation, I'd say, we can go in your stead. We can
I see.
bring along these documents and continue to spread the word from...
This would be agreeable. If you have business in Altanen, particularly regarding rooting out the Silver Stake,
Yeah.
I can take my time to get these copies made, and then if you wanted to take your originals to Wiltbloom at your convenience, I would only ask that you pass back through Mossendale, and we could perhaps have a longer meeting about all of this. But for now, he kind of like leans to the side and motions behind you, and you see about like 3 more small groups of people holding like one or two masks each, all with like either no stripes or 1 stripe. He kind of leans to the side. We've got some rewards to be doling out.
Right. So, we'll go to Altan and then come back through here when we're done.
Yes, sounds agreeable,
That
I
sounds
think.
great.
I'll be here.
If you want to send Rabbit out, I'm sure that...
Yeah, Rabbit can take the
Please,
originals.
God, this is so boring. They're just writing. They're not even talking. They're just writing.
He raises another hand to, and the guards are like on a cycle. When one goes out, one goes in, one comes out.
Yeah, and I'll like kind of motion towards the group to kind of classic, like when you're still looking at the menu and people are behind you, like move to the side so they can come
Yeah.
up forward in line.
He,
As we all stare at.
yeah, he leans over to another one of his guards and he's like, "Go and fetch the girl from inside. Let her know that her friends have decided to head out." The guard nods and heads back inside. Rabbit, you are fetched.
I sprint out as soon as they're like, "Hey, your friends are leaving." I'm just like, "Bye."
As you do, there's like a very expensive looking pot it's like demonstrating this beautiful scene that's like.
I just like tip it back on to where it was supposed to go.
Yeah, well, yeah. Like as you're on your way out, it starts to like tip and move, and one of the guards grabs it. Make a quick perception check just for fun.
25.
25. As you're as you like blow past it and look back to make sure that it's not going to fall, and you see that the guards got it, you make out this like depiction wrapped around of like groups of people led by a man on a horse, and there are like dark ink depicting waves on either side of this like bridge-like structure that they're crossing, and ink also depicting rain falling from the sky. It's a very interesting artistic piece, very very akin to like ancient Greek pottery that we would see.
Does it seem to be depicting an event that's familiar to me?
Make a history check. With disadvantage, because you're a rabbit.
What? What?
You just went on about your attention span.
That's a 5.
What languages do you speak?
Pretty pictures.
Please stop. My spell book is in
Common,
photos.
Draconic, Elvish, and Sylvan.
Elvish and Sylvan.
That's good.
Yeah, there's some writing on it, but you can't read it.
Beautiful vase, and then I keep running.
This guard is like sweating and quickly goes to like get the door for you. Rabbit returns to all of you outside.
Right, it was wonderful meeting you, Lord Rackus, yes?
Yes, pleasure meeting you as well,
Shake
Miss
his hand
Walkers.
Can I get an insight on the pleasure meeting you?
Yeah, go for it.
Can I get an
How
insight on that?
pleasurable was this meeting?
Actually,
Can I get an
your insight
on
is
that?
your insight's +7.
Yeah.
Rolls for you again. Yeah, I mean, he seems better for having had this conversation with you. You've given him a little glimmer of ambition.
Cool. We exit. Are there any guards as we leave?
I mean, you're outside. There's just the 2 guards on either side of him.
If we get within, maybe earshot away.
So we should go pick up our things.
Yes, yes. Yeah, we can pick up weapons. I was told pretty early on not to trust a noble, and I saw it. I saw him. The information was more valuable to him than it should have been. I don't think that there's good intent there.
Like, not
We
in
should-
like we could really save people if we united our fronts, and more like, I could unite people.
His interest in seeing us again might not be for our better interest. Just keeping that in mind, let's maybe play some details close to the chest. I like the idea, but I would like to see him execute those things and not. It would be very easy to take our information and then take our lives and have the information to his own. Yes?
Why would he do that?
If at all possible, I would like to maybe after we visit Altanan, maybe bring information about the stake up to the forest, if we could.
For sure. People we can trust with the information, we should tell it to them, but not letting.
Well, I mean, we should really tell everyone, whether we give credit to what's his nuts or not.
Absolutely, it's not so much credit. It's. I wish you could have seen it. There was. It's like he was seeing ahead. It's like he was wanting something out of this, and not just a unified fight against the Silver Stake, but a unification at his behest. Right?
So he wants to get rid of the stake in order to become
Yes.
a person in power.
Yes. That's at least what I saw. It's unmistakable amongst his types. They have a thing about them when they see something that could garner more. Castellanter had it briefly, right? Wasn't quite as greedy, but it was there.
Yes.
Genevieve has it for sure. She's born into it, but she gets that look, that kind of you can't reason with them.
I mean, really, aside from you know, making sure that whoever it is isn't, you know, evil specifically. There's no downsides to uniting Mystanor.
For sure. It's
We'll keep an eye on him, but I think at this point, if he's someone who can bring more people in, because we tried to get a whole town of mercenaries and sent money to help us do this fight, and not one of them showed.
We also know a very trustworthy headmaster that can probably pull off the same thing, and is just as regarded, right?
He seemed very busy though.
He does hop about
I
that.
feel like he'd be very mad if we asked him to become a king of sorts.
I'm just
think
saying.
he'd be
Let's just play
upset.
cautiously. Like I say, we don't do the second meeting, right? We go to Altanen. There's no reason to return here. We have the original documents.
Well, to get the copies so that we can hand them out.
He's meant to send out the copies, right? We have the original documents. We go about our merry way evangelizing this idea. But I don't trust this person.
Oh, worth noting, when you returned, Rabbit, you had the originals.
Oh, good, good. I'm going to hand them to Cholula.
Just saying, let's just play it however we decide. I mean not to make the decision for anyone. I just don't trust him.
We could always, if we find that we're missing something, we could come back here. If he's ambitious about getting the crown, he's unlikely to turn us down even if we skip a meeting.
We could do second meeting and I have the medallion active. Questions that you ask will bring thoughts to the forefront. So as long as I don't go too deep, I guess, if that makes any sense, I could
get his split-second reactions.
Yeah. That way at least we know for sure how he's feeling.
I can do that.
That
I can ask some prodding things
Yes,
that might.
as
that
long
might
as
benefit.
he doesn't find out what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Paramount. That does not happen.
we
He
could
has a lot of guards.
go to Altanen and then pop back. I stay only on the surface level. And we ask some questions. We get definite answers. And if it seems like those answers are too far into his own exploits, we could just take the copies that we get from him and spread the information ourselves. We don't need to necessarily go through him. We'll have the copies, we'll have the originals.
I do think that it's important to say that ambition doesn't necessarily make somebody a bad person.
For sure, we all have it, but there's something different about lords. They're not right. They're all connected, and it's all by money, and it's by power, and it's by keeping their names throughout history, and it's never for the immediate moment. Our immediate moment is there are silver stake all over this place, and they need to be gotten rid of, but not. Yes, it doesn't matter for what reason, but if that reason is. And I'll just show them the pen. I'll just show everybody the pen. If that reason is for more nefarious reasons.
Aurora and Rabbit, you have no idea what this pen means. He shows you, Silas opens up his coat and shows you something that you haven't seen before, but it's like a little pen just on the inside that depicts a little silver harp with kind of like a blue field behind it.
You're a musician.
What he's saying, I think, is that we want to make sure that us trying to take down the silver stake does not in turn create the rise of a tyrant.
Right.
I get it. It's sort of like you'd flash it to your buds, right? Me and my brother had a book we would slide back and forth between each other, and how we know we were the last person that touched it is we would fold a certain page. It was like a little calling card. I get it. I don't think there's anything wrong with being cautious. I think we use the medallion. We have no offense, a little fuck ton of magic items on us. There's no reason why we shouldn't be using them to our advantage.
We have a fuck ton.
Well,
Speaking of magic items, you arrive at the Kettle and Quill. You can continue having your conversation, but you have arrived and are outside.
I'm sorry, I'm learning how to cuss. I don't actually know if you can gather a ton of fucks. That I probably used that wrong. I'm sorry.
No, it's a unit of measurement.
Yeah.
I just didn't realize we had that many
You
on
haven't-
our person.
you haven't been to the right taverns.
I don't actually think I could potentially attune to another item, and I still have technically one thing that I would need to maybe spend a day or two with before I could actually use. So
How many do you all have?
What?
Magic things.
and
I have this, and it's that little thing that has a nose on it.
A head.
The little nose bag.
Oh, nose bag.
I mean,
and-
I have the sword. And
Okay.
My
I've
quiver.
got the little animal bag.
Okay.
These gloves, my sword,
Bag
Right.
of holding.
I really want to
The-
meet this umbrella. Can we?
Oh, yes. Let's go meet your umbrella.
Gem-
Well, hello there. Welcome back, Mistwalkers. It's been some time. And you see as you enter, Theron Kettle is there, standing behind the counter. He doesn't seem to be like at work on anything in particular at the moment. Doesn't seem to have fully restocked, but you do, Aurora and Rabbit notice a familiar +1 dagger hanging on his wall behind him from the casino.
Theron, how are you?
I am doing wonderfully. And your items are all ready. All right. Silas, was it?
It still is.
All right, we've got quite the piece for you.
I hope so.
Okay. So, you can allot it with 2 command words. One of them will cause the umbrella to open and harden. In addition to, making itself a little bit more attached, I should say. Essentially functioning as a shield. The other causes the open umbrella to double its radius from 5 feet to 10 feet. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the 2 commands to work at the same time, but, one or the other.
So when it's open at 10 feet, that is just a very large umbrella.
Right?
And it's susceptible to damage.
Potentially.
Shield.
Well, no, only one of them is a shield. The 10-foot one is just a big
Right,
one.
it hardens. Yeah, it's just a large umbrella. Casts a big shadow.
That's fine. And you said I can't harden it and then make it 10 feet later?
Right. I couldn't figure out how to get the enchantments to overlap. But it does do something pretty fun that I think you'll like. He hands the umbrella over to you.
Okay, right.
So, as is the case with magics, there's a bit of call and response. So, whenever you feel a command word in your mind that speaks to you, just speak it aloud and the umbrella should do the rest. I'd recommend holding it in one hand.
I'm gonna go outside. There's a thing with umbrellas and...
What?
You've never...
he's, I think, just a little superstitious.
A little superstitious.
Don't worry, I open in here like probably 50 times.
You're kidding. I put it
Well, I
on
had
the
to
ground
test
and
it.
spin around 3 times. You were kidding.
No, I had to test it. I'm not going to go outside every time.
Yeah, it's great. It's wonderful. I wanted you to have this, and it's the greatsword.
Oh. Just as a gift?
No.
Okay, what do you want me to do to it?
Oh no, just maybe a trade-in value. Maybe take a bit of a price point off of the big one.
Kind of like unsheathes it, slides it out. Well, silvered. That'll raise the price a
It's a
bit.
bit slow for me. I do like it though.
Let's see.
For just a split second, this music sounded like the Law and Order theme.
But a bunch of times in a row.
Yeah, it was very upsetting.
All right.
Dick
Great
pack of
sword.
wolves.
Silvered. I could give you 75 for it.
75? Fine. Yeah, sure.
Wonderful. Takes the sword. Yeah, I'll probably make that a bit better. Places it under the counter and hands you 75 gold pieces. Oh, sure you don't want to try out the umbrella. I mean, I think it might surprise you if you wait till you're like in the heat of things.
You should try it.
Okay. I'm stepping outside. I'm not shaking on.
All right. Yeah, let's go.
Oh, we're all going. I can
Yes.
just stand in the doorway.
I want to see it.
What word?
No, I want to go outside.
It has to be a word.
You can see as Theron's kind of like typically pale bluish face kind of flushes violet color with anticipation.
A word. A word. It can't be a grunt or anything. It has to be.
I mean, you can change it, but it does need to be like a word. Something you won't say by accident.
What's a good word? You have a word thing. What do you say? Don't you have a word
I
thing?
can't say it or it'll activate.
Well, spell it for me. What do you say?
One of them is BOOSH.
Boosh.
Ba. No, a boosh doesn't feel good. And if I said it, no.
Boosh.
It's much better with my
Boosh.
Barge.
You're missing, you need an R in there.
Barge.
Just indiscriminately.
Dar.
No.
Gar. What about
You can change it at any time. There's no pressure.
Can I? Okay, good. I'm going to say open.
So,
But I'm like not holding it out right now. Okay.
yeah, it just like kicks itself out to the side, and it's the weirdest thing. Chulu, this is a little familiar to you, as when you came in when Theron was working on it. The wooden handle of the umbrella itself begins to wrap itself around your arm like a snake, and it kind of coils there on your forearm and holds this strange umbrella shape on your arm, which does harden and functions as a shield, +2 shield. That'll last for about 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
A snack.
Can you make it stop if you don't need it for 10 minutes?
Yeah, you can speak the word again, and you should be able to do that about 3 times a day.
I can't say close. I have to say open to close it.
No, you can use a different word to close it if you
Oh,
want.
neat. Close.
The umbrella like snakes itself out first before closing.
That'd be cool if it was like the strap. It's still a snake, but like it like goes back up into like a staff.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
I never really let go of like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and the other one was like.
You'll want to open it first for this one. Otherwise, you know, if you say it, it'll just like come back at your hands and knock itself free.
Right. Okay. So, like open it. That seems a bit archaic, but it's,
I didn't make it.
big.
It doubles in size. And suddenly
it
you're holding
is.
like a yard umbrella sized
Okay.
umbrella.
How long does this last?
About an hour.
Is it sturdy?
Yeah.
Strongest wind is going to take you all the way back to Winfell, though.
Well, falling from any small.
I didn't try jumping from a roof with it or nothing, but it could be fun. There was the, if we may,
Oh yes.
go back inside.
Small. Smaller. Okay.
Drinks back.
Small it is.
3 times a day as well for that.
3 times for both.
For both. 10 minutes for the shield, an hour for big. He holds the door for all of you as you
Thank you.
enter.
This is wonderful. This is more than I could have ever imagined a frog. Yeah, it's the whole story. It's funny to them.
Right, I thought you were calling me a frog for some reason.
No.
Okay.
Unless you are.
As you requested, I have laid away the potion of fire giant strength. Did you still have some interest in purchasing that, or should I put it back on the shelf?
We still have interest.
Wonderful. You've already paid 1,000 for it, so it's just 7,000 left.
I'll hand over my bag. That was the portion from Herschel.
Lovely. This looks to be about a quarter of it.
So how much is left?
Was that $17.50 a piece?
Yeah.
I'll hand over my $17.50.
I gave you my 1750.
So you just have
For
to
the
hand
sake
him
of
the bag
ease,
that you got.
So Rabbit, you gave yours to Cholula. Did you mark that in your gold? So it'll be 3,500 from you.
Okay. How many platinum would that be? What's
350.
that? Okay, I will do that.
All right. You all hand over the remaining price. All right. To whom goes the spoils?
I
thought.
I mean, someone can just hold it and we'll figure it out whenever we need it.
I think Rabbit should have it.
Why?
I think
But I'm already reaching for it.
Yeah, he hands it to you, and you see this nice, like, beautiful bottle with the silver wire that curls around it in this nice kind of like filigraphic way. And it's filled with transparent liquid that has this kind of silvery, like, clipping of a fingernail. Like, it's like a triangular piece because obviously a fire giant's fingernail would be huge. But it's like just a little sliver of it rests inside.
We'll just see
I want
who
that
needs
bottle
it
when you're done.
You enjoy that. It'll make you very strong for an hour.
We'll be sure to mention your name. I don't know.
That would be nice.
Yeah. Was there anything else we were picking up, right? I
Yeah.
think some of the things were commissioned.
My crossbow string.
Right, yes, the blazing crossbow string. I can fix that for you if you like. I believe you already paid in full.
And I'll just.
Yeah, you hand it over. He very carefully removes the current, like removes any tension, and then removes the current string and puts on the other. And as he does, he's chanting, and there's some very delicate and slight somatic components from his hands, and you see as the same kind of orange-red glint to the string itself kind of arches up and around the front of the crossbow, which he hands back to you. Enjoy.
Oh wow.
Was that everything?
I believe so.
It's more than what I imagined, honestly. I was just looking for an umbrella and turned out that's something rather unique. Thank
Right.
you. very
Oh, yeah, of course. I love working on projects that are unlike others. You've about right cleaned me out. I've got +1 dagger if you need it, and as well as if you're
Immovable
interested,
rod, too.
you know, I've got I did re-up a bit. I've got 2 potions of healing available for 50 gold each, or still got the potion of fire breath and the potion of water breathing if you're interested. And did you guys buy the oil of slipperiness?
I have it.
You did? Okay.
I bought the potion of water breathing.
Right.
I don't know if he has another one.
Did anybody buy fire breath?
I don't think
No.
so. What's the list?
I've got a potion of fire breath, 2 potions of healing, 2 immovable rods, one of which you donated very kindly.
Didn't we buy both of the potions of healing too?
I re-upped.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I only had 1 last time because, you know, the attack.
Can we take those?
Sure, you got 100 gold?
That's what, 10 platinum?
Exactly. All right, here you are. He hands over the 2 health potions. You can add 2 regular potions of healing to your inventory.
I'll take the fire breathing. You said that was 50, right?
Potion of fire breath, 200.
200. I can do that. I'm well over my allowance.
Wonderful, here you are. He hands over the potion of fire breath, which, just for your knowledge, you can use a bonus action after drinking the potion to exhale fire at a target within 30 feet of you. They must make a DC 13 dex save, or take 4d6 fire damage on a fail, half as much on a success, and it ends after you exhale 3 times.
Is that your wedding ring?
Shh. The effect ends after you exhale fire 3 times or when 1 hour has passed.
Trades.
Oh.
Is that an existing thing? I'll just dig that up.
Yeah, it's a potion of fire breath.
And that's a 1. It's just drink and done. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
I'll dig that up.
Could I perhaps trade you ordinary dagger for partial payment for this +1 dagger?
Absolutely.
Let's
Do you
do
want to
that.
throw 200 gold?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what do you know of Lord Rackus?
Oh, Lord Thaddeus Rackus. Well, he keeps us.
Is there another? Does he have a son?
He's got a brother. Thaddeus is great. He's in charge of the city guard, which, you know, unfortunately the walls went up when the Silver State came, but I mean, how could anyone have foreseen that happening? But the guard's response was quick, and as I hear it, he fought alongside them himself. relatively honorable, as far as I know.
A brother, you say?
Yes.
Does he have a haunt? Place he visits a lot?
I think he's privy to... he finds himself at the Nimbus from time to time.
Does he look like Lord Thaddeus?
Similar. He's got more of a greenish patina.
Alright, we can keep our eyes out.
Sure, yeah.
Right. Well,
Thank you so much.
of course, you've right cleared me out, so I've got some work to do restocking.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Of course, enjoy your items, and tell all that you meet of the Kettle and Quill in Mossendale.
Of course, of course.
Charlie off to Altanen.
Right,
Sure.
well, safe travels. I hope to see you again, friends.
Same. Maybe we'll bring you a gift.
I would love that. So, as you all exit the Kettle and Quill and begin making preparations to head south to Altanen, that's where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's episode.
It's like Charlie Chaplin twirling.
But before we go,
umbrella.
we have a dice giveaway to announce. Sorry it went a little late, everybody. Hey, we're at 190 followers. That's fucking wild.
That's 10 away from sexy monsters.
Yo, it's becoming a reality.
It's so close.
You all thought we were joking. We're going to do it.
Oh, you have no idea.
It's gonna be thirsty.
So thirsty. The winner of the Fable Fire Blister Dice giveaway is a Dark Phoenix Born. Congratulations.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Congratulations, Phoenix Born, on your win. We will get those dice sent out as the other prizes are at the end of the month, which is coming quickly approaching. We're there.
It's here.
Yeah. So that'll go out with this batch, I assume. I left those over on your desk, Robbie, just so that we all have heard that out loud.
Everybody in the chat give a shout out to Robbie. He cleaned up dog puke during the game.
Yeah, for real.
Robbie's in the chat.
Also,
Robbie's in the chat.
also, all of the wonderful, like, magical things that you see happen on your screen as we're playing that we aren't even privy to.
I don't even know how it works.
That is all the majesty of Robbie's magic, and
the best
Maybe
boy.
finger.
he makes the show look so nice, and we love him. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Reminder, once again, we're going to be off next week as Sam and I celebrate our marriage. And then we will be back the week after on the 12th, 13th, Saturday at 8 p.m. Then we're going to be off on the 20th with a special art stream featuring myself and Sam, where we're going to draw some NPCs that we've met in the past few episodes. Then we're going to be off for the first 3 weeks of September. We will return in the last week of September with a special episode of Random Encounters. And then we will all be back to continue the story right here for Campaign 1 of Arcanarama on October 1st. Spooky season.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
About to spoop my pants.
It's about to get so. Oh my god.
You should get some new ones from the Gilded Road.
Rogue pants, they're tight and they have bees on them.
Pants
Yeah.
you can't poop.
Click the Arcanarama tab as well to support
Pants so tight you can't poop.
to support our show directly, and you can have some little spindle dice on your pants.
Spindle dice.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you to the new follows. I'm going to shout out to Alonzi, who followed 50 minutes ago, as well as Zaku the Nerd from 28 minutes ago. Thank you guys so much for the follows. We appreciate it.
I'm also a nerd.
Tune in the next time that we are live for your chance to win our wonderful giveaways. We do 2 giveaways every week. We'll see all of you in the next episode.
You get to hold a hand.
But until
We're all
then,
holding a hand.
stay safe out there, adventurers.
Mwah.